Bringing good vibes. Hey, what's going on in the morning? Real quick, play another beat one time. Let me get up into it. Hey, before we get up into it, get up, hey, get up, hey, get up. What's going on out there, people? Beautiful morning, man. Beautiful morning to my people out there. Let's go, Cuban. Get this Haney and Garcia thing going. You hear me? Starting early today, feeling good. I am feeling great this morning, man. Woke up feeling blessed, not stressed. You know, good morning to all my beautiful people out there, man. This draft, I got a long show today, man. It's going to be a long morning show today because I actually went to and took my time to do like a whole draft in order. And I'm going to give my analysis, but I'm gonna also give y'all the professional analysis of said team or whatever you want to call it. Hold on, let me get this echo out of my mic. I feel like I'm echoing or something. All right. So nonetheless, I'll do that for y'all. You know what I mean? So I'll give y'all my analysis on it, then I'll give y'all the expert analysis on it. Okay, so y'all go with it, what you want with it. But I am gonna give my draft grades and so forth and so on, whatever team that was picked, because I feel like, hey, some teams did well, some teams addressed their needs, and some teams just didn't address their needs, and they went after the best available player, and that's not how you build franchises. But there is some shocking teams, and I'm gonna shock y'all a lot. I know I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and y'all know that I am biased on my Steelers. I openly admit that. However, there is other teams out there that will get an A from me in the draft. So let's stay tuned. First, I wanted to get it popped off with this Haney and Garcia thing, right? I was hoping you was gonna jump up in here with me, Cube. You said you was gonna jump on this morning. However, your comments is just, they're good enough too. So I'll rock with the comments too. Now, you said that you wanted to talk about some things because of the Haney and Garcia fight, because how Floyd Mayweather and Garcia is going about it afterwards. And I thought that was some very good points upon that. So, I did a little bit of research knowing that I should have came better prepared. However, waking up early in the morning, doing my little workout, and then trying to put together slides is crazy. You know what I mean? Like had to do what? So there's 32 teams, and I did it in alphabetical order of the city: Arizona, Atlanta, Chicago, Denver, so forth and so on. You know what I mean? All the way to Washington. So yeah, man, we got it up on there. And so there's my guy, he popping up in here, y'all. Give him a round of applause. None other than Kuban King.
What up, Truckin?
What's going on, man? Let me get you up on the screen with me, man. There you go. What's up, man?
No, I saw you called me out on the Garcia thing, so I was let me chime in this session.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. You said that you wasn't agreeing with a lot of that the antics that Floyd Mayweather and Garcia was doing after the fight.
Man, yeah, I mean, as you saw, first, Shad 1-2-1-1-1 8, no, 1-1-1-7. I ain't gonna call him by his original because he was, Shad be lying out here talking about, first of all, Shad is not a real Canes fan. He's a real Oregon fan, but that's here nor there. But
Oh, don't do my guy like that. He ain't here to defend himself. You can't do that.
I know. But Sad said the weight didn't matter. And I'll go into it. So Sad said the weight didn't matter. The weight did matter because the whole rehydration part, right?
Mhm.
Haney had to rapidly gain his weight back in an unhealthy way, while Garcia did not have to do it. He was already healthy, so it's not going into the fight on him. No matter if he goes into a fight, heavier or whatever, he did it in an incorrect way. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, but back to the original point, before the fight, I was like, oh, Garcia's going to win because, he's going to be healthier, right? And I did not like what Haney Sr. was saying and all that stuff. But, what I'm saying, after the fight, I'm not trying to get political, but the whole Ryan thing, him and the Trump thing, and then when I saw Floyd and Haney have that debate on
Mhm.
social media, and the way that Floyd was talking about his kids was extremely disgusting to me. And I was like, Haney is what a black dad should be. No matter what happens to his son, up or down, he's backing him up 100%. And
Right.
just the way that they have that both of them are behaving after, I'm like, oh man, I feel disgusted for myself for actually like rooting for Garcia. But what I'm saying, if you have a kid, you
Yeah.
want your dad to be like Devin Haney's dad, man. That's
Right.
an example of a black dad, the way that he's supposed to be. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He came from nothing, from being a gangster in San Fran and in the Oakland area, and now he's
Yeah.
his son is a multimillionaire and a world champ.
Right.
And it's like I just feel disgusted by myself for actually rooting against something like that. Like that is what you're supposed to strive for. You know what I'm saying? If I have kids, I don't know if you have kids, but
I
I'm
do.
pretty sure you would strive for your kids to be that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
World champs.
I'm a root for
So
him regardless. I'm a root
yeah,
for
you
my
from
kids.
regardless, but
Right.
when they're a world champ, man, it's like you as a parent did you did a damn thing as a parent. You
Right.
did something great. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
So
Okay.
uh,
I
unfortunately,
love what I love what not what Ryan doing, but I love what Bill Haney do with his son and how he promote him and how he's always backing him no matter what. I love that. I like that a lot. From being a father, like that's what a lot of things drew me to Haney. You know what I'm saying, as a casual boxing fan, and that's one of them. And I explained some other things too. You know what I mean? But a lot of people say, well, I don't like Haney because of his dad, but it's like like got it can't have both ways. But I like him regardless, man. He's a champ, man. And he's always gonna be a champ in my eyes. I mean, when you win 32 professional fights and you only lose one, I mean, that's a damn good record. And like I said before, I think I tweeted it on one of those guys' page. I was just saying, like, look, I appreciate what y'all do for our entertainment. Y'all putting y'all life on the line for our entertainment because that's what they're doing essentially, right? You know what I mean? We're entertained by them going out there and possibly being damaged for life. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to have some kind of head trauma, getting hit in the head, right? And then whatever. But
I
and
mean,
I told him, I said, I don't know nobody that's undefeated on the streets. I don't know nobody that's undefeated on the streets. If you grew up and wherever you grew up at, if you got into fights, like you didn't win every last fight. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. And some people learn they got better fighting from getting beat up, from taking losses. So that's how you get better. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Like a lot of people say this saying, are you losing or are you learning? You know what I'm saying? And I agree with that because you can learn a lot from losing, then you can learn from winning. So
well, Haney still is a champ. He didn't lose his belt, so that's a good part. You know what I'm saying? So he's still a champ.
you
He
said
didn't lose
belts
that
don't
belt,
matter though in
huh?
boxing. You said the
No, it
belts
don't
don't
matter.
matter.
But he's still no. But I'm saying he's still a champ because he still has a belt. That's what I'm saying.
Hmm.
The belts don't matter, as you see. Like Garcia is getting all the note, the fame and all that stuff now. That's why I'm like, these belts do not matter at all. They need to do something better about these belts, like a parade or something. Do something like football, basketball, baseball do. When you win a championship, there is a parade. You know what I'm saying? They need to do something because
Hmm.
as of now, you win a belt, you don't get a bonus, you don't get nothing. You just get a belt, and you got to pay for the belt.
Hmm.
So they need to do something because it's absolutely useless.
Wow. So it's just like saying, because a little bit I was looking into the boxing don't have uh like a boxing association or something like that. Nothing's really, there's no backbone to boxing. It's like a whole bunch of individual promotion companies that come together to make a fight, correct?
Right. You're self-employed. That's all
Right.
it is. You're self-employed with a what's we call it, with a promoter. That's all it is.
Right. So that's what, to your point, when they're putting, if there was some kind of boxing association of all the boxers, they came together and built one foundation to where a belt mattered, then I think a belt would matter. If there was something back in that, such as like the NFL has the owners and the NFLPA, so forth and so on. You know what I mean? Like those organizations that give backbone to boxing. UFC has their owner in a way that it is, so a belt matters there. You know what I mean? So the vice versa. Even in our wrestling, we know wrestling is strictly entertainment. You know what I mean? But a belt still means something in wrestling.
Yeah, but
WWE.
when you win something in wrestling, it's
Right.
like major. It's like, oh, like
Yeah.
they make it major. In boxing, you win it here, they put you the new whatever, and then that's
Yeah.
it.
And
It's
that's
like
it.
it's
Right.
over. It's
There's no
like,
accolades. Nobody promotes that. Like this person got the belt. That matters. You know what I'm saying? And it should though, because it's like I said, to my point, a, a boxing belt is the equivalent of a ring. It's like getting a ring in
yeah,
basketball,
yeah,
baseball. You know what I mean?
exactly.
It
And,
is.
yeah, and it's but it's just like, oh, whatever you won the belt, just keep it moving. It's
Right,
like
man.
next fight, and it's like,
Yeah,
no, no,
that's
no, man. It's this man just won a world, not even a USA belt, a world belt.
right. Right.
So
And that's crazy, man. That's wild. But like, so how do you feel about the other night when I was talking about, like, the fans and like how fans get with the support after a boxer takes a loss, and that's why we not getting some of these great fights that we want to see. How you feel about that?
man, Chubb, you had a video that you made or posted on, I forgot, Twitter or on YouTube, and it was about the Colorado thing, right? And
Hmm.
it's like it's funny because I'm like, man, is it just me, Arcanes fans? But no, it's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's this whole fan base thing is it's a little bit annoying. The
Hmm.
fanboys and but sorry, what was the question again?
No, the video, that video I got blasted for on Twitter. Now you bringing it back.
Well,
I
no,
got
because
I
it's
got
kind of
fun days.
because it's kind of well, it was something. What was your question? Because it was in the same world. What
How
was
do
it?
you feel like how do you feel with the boxing fans, how they, switch sides, and how it affects a boxer take when a boxer takes a loss, how the fans react to that? You know what I mean? Is that why we're not getting these big fights? Because we asked for this Garcia and Haney match because that's their two
Well,
big
no, no,
stars.
actually, well, nobody was asking for the Garcia Haney fight. They were asking
Okay.
for Haney versus Tank or
Hmm.
Haney versus Shakur. That's a fight that everybody wanted.
Hmm. I
People
mean, we
really
wasn't
not.
mad with Garcia placing him though. You know what I'm saying? He's a big name.
Yeah, he's a big name, but he was in one of the top three. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
Yeah, I got
He
you.
wasn't that dude. But people, I mean, it's again, now I remember why I brought up the Colorado thing is because you see what Colorado people were people were not Colorado fans. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Before now, everybody's everybody was a Jackson State fan. Now we just have a lot of sorry for using this term. We have a lot of groupie fan bases. You know what I'm saying? Same thing goes for the Lakers, right? There's
Hmm.
more Laker fans now because of LeBron. People don't really root for they're people. It's gonna sound horrible. People not loyal anymore, right? They
Right.
just root for whatever is popular.
Right.
And Haney
Hmm.
lost his, huh?
Right. And no, you right. You absolutely 100% right.
Yeah, and it's like Haney Law. So, this is gonna sound weird again, but this is a land of winners, right? If you're not a winner, we don't really rock with you. We don't rock with the losers, right? The Hornets don't have a big fan base. If you're a bad organization, a bad team, we don't rock with you. You know what I'm saying? So that's America. We're not loyal like we used to be. So
Yeah,
it's
nobody
just
got individuality. Nobody's original no more. You know what I'm saying? That's why. And like, I'm glad you said that. And I know we going on to like other topics, but you hit something there, and I got something to say about that. Nobody's original anymore out there. Everybody wants to. They're copying each other. Everybody, like, if you look around, everybody dresses the same. You
right.
know, everybody uses the same lingo. Everybody, look at what happened to hip hop music. You know what I'm saying? It all started this. The Migos came out with their style of rapping with you couldn't even understand them. You know what I'm saying?
Mumble
But
rap, yeah.
but now everybody else took off with that. Chief Keef came out with the Chicago drill rap.
Drill
Everybody
rap,
started
yeah.
copying Chicago and Migos, and all the music started sounding the same like out there. And it's just like to go to your point, you know, everybody's a follower. There's not enough original people, and then everybody wants to be a boss instead of just playing your position to build a organization. Like, okay, you could be a boss, or we could come together and we can start a phenomenal organization if everybody plays their position. Like, there's not enough people out there with that mindset anymore, and I think that ruins a lot of things, you know. In my opinion, though, that's just my opinion, you
No,
know.
I agree with you. I mean, we talked offline, you know what I'm saying? And you seen the project that I'm working on, and it's like
Mhm.
just be it's like be we all we I think all of every human has the ability to create and whatever and be original, but unfortunately it's like a lot of us want to be followers, you know what I'm saying? That
Mhm.
comes across in sports and in life, and it's just, it's and just going back to the Haney stuff, right? It's like it's very disappointing seeing people leave his corner, and it's
Yeah.
crazy because I was anti Haney, and now I'm in the Haney corner. Like, like you can't tell me that I'm not a Haney fan, right? And it's like I'm a Tank fan first, but you can't
Mhm.
tell me I'm not a Haney fan now. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But a lot of people just they're not, they don't stay 10 tones down. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's disappointing, and especially now
Yeah.
he needs that support, right? He needs his fan support, he needs family, he needs all the support that he can,
Right.
because he just had a traumatic loss, and
Right.
it's very sad and unfortunate.
Well, I'm gonna rock with Haney forever. Like, I'm always gonna be a fan of Devin Haney. The way he prepares for that, the way he boxes, he actually boxes, and I'm gonna stay a Haney fan. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep on supporting him. I'm gonna keep on tweeting out his name. You know, I haven't done it so much, but I'm gonna keep on doing it. I did hit his page up directly, you know, and tagged him in something, but whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just to show him I support him, and like, I'm there. Like, I ain't trying to switch up on you, you know what I mean? You took one L. Like, everybody took a L though. Like,
Yeah,
everybody
everybody,
did.
yeah. And we
Everybody
all have to
did.
improve on things, right?
Right,
He is not a perfect boxer. He's probably looking at that tape day and night, every 5 seconds.
right.
And it's like, all right, we all have to improve on things. In your show, you got to improve things. In my life, I got to improve things, so on and so forth. We're not all perfect, but I bet you for sure he's going to get better for the next fight, next round.
Mhm.
Because what losses create character, right? And that he took a big loss, and his character is going to build up again. So I got a lot of support and faith that he'll jump back
Now,
on
I
his
know we
feet.
don't really want. I really don't want to, keep talking about and bringing up that Colorado situation, what I did, but
Man, I could go with that. I could run with it all day if you want, but I know
since
you
you
don't
brought
want to
that
talk
up,
about it.
since you brought that up, um, there's, how people say, you hating on Dion. How many people hated on me that don't, they probably never even listen. They probably never watch me, never listen. But so many people did that. But like, it's funny how you could say you don't know Dion, you don't know me neither. I don't mind it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's funny. I think I lost when I responded to anybody. I should have just let everybody say what they wanted to say and moved on and kept doing my own videos or whatever. But it's like, you got it. Like, the way that people look at things, it's like, if you don't say a little something, then people going, you know what I mean? Like, whatever, because I'm really not into that. I never really been into that whole back and forth thing on the internet, because it's kind of telling on yourself. Like, what if you really wanted to fight me or something like that, or you on the internet typing what you gonna do and all this and that, and that, and it's like, it's just, it's leaving a trail behind like Blues Clues type of deal. You know what I mean? You get what I'm going at with that a
No,
little
I
bit,
know
but
you're going
you
to the
know,
tough guys.
yeah,
I get them. I get
like
them all the
and
time.
I
I
never
get them all
really
the time on
been
my side. So you don't got to even worry
I
about
never
that.
really got into, but I think it's hilarious though. You know what I
But
mean?
tell
And
this is the
he
funny.
got caught
You
out
just
on a bunch.
but tell this is the funny thing. You said they say you don't know Dion. I'm like, do you know Dion?
No, I know. That's funny. I don't know the man, but see,
No, no, no.
the
I'm saying
thing
no, but I'm
is,
saying, do they know Dion?
no, they don't.
Right. So it's like, so y'all know Dion. You know what I'm saying? I think whatever. Colorado fans get mad at me all they want. I particularly, I mean, Canes fans get mad at me about Mario Cristobal, and I particularly don't care one bit. I actually go when they tell me that I'm being a meanie or whatever, I go in even harder. So it's like, please tell me that you think I'm this type of person because I will go in even harder.
But
But
isn't that our job, kind of, though, kind of Cuban?
yeah, I mean,
Ain't
hold
that
people accountable. You
right?
know, hold these coaches accountable. I don't understand why fans don't hold these coaches that making millions of dollars accountable, and these kids they want to kill them. I'm like, these are kids, man. These are 18 to 22-year-old. Y'all expect them to have life figured out at 18 to 22. They are going to mess up. They're going to make bad decisions. That's what kids do.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I'm
Ooh.
saying?
Wait until somebody mess up. That's real popular over there. And like you seen everybody drag Kermani over there, right? And then we're just talking about it because you brought it up. I seen them drag Kermani. They low key threw a bunch of the transfers under the bus. They did low key, and then like, but why won't somebody mess up over there or something don't go somebody's way, and other people start to jump on that individual? It's gonna be like, you know what I mean? So it's the popular opinion. Like I don't care. Like you can, as long as you got a million followers on each social platform and you got you know what I'm saying, 3,000 people watching you live or something like that, you can kill somebody in front of 1,000 people and they'll swear up and down you didn't do it.
But Chubb, let's get into the weeds of this, all right? If Colorado, if Cromartie was if his dad was head coach, do you think Shador and I forgot the other and Shiloh would be on a damn team? No, because you think that Cromartie's dad is going to allow players to go to Europe for a what was that clothing
A
company went
fashion show, man. It
for
was
a
a little,
fashion show? Like, come on now, you know what I'm saying? Like they will get kicked off the team, right? They
yeah,
will
they
say
were.
they're not being dedicated. They are not going to meetings. So the same way that Dion protects his kids, he is doing what every parent is doing. He is protecting his kids. But
Mm-hmm.
y'all want to get mad at these players for protecting themselves. Dion
Mm-hmm.
is doing whatever he wants to protect his kids.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, Colorado, Miami fans, and it's like the way I defend these coaches is disgusting to me. You know what I'm saying? Like these
Ooh.
coaches only care about themselves and their kids because if Shiloh was at another school, he would not be starting. He is not that good of a safety. You know what I'm saying? Shador, he's okay, but he would not have started every game at a different cause if he had a different coach. The only
Mhm.
reason they're playing and they're starting is because their daddy is a coach. You
No,
know what I'm saying?
let me hit you one better though. Like, let me hit you with this real quick. Like, so if say if like, let's say they got mad at Dylan and everybody else for not starting, right? For being mad for not, having their position locked down. Well, just this what you're saying. Shiloh has his position locked down. Travis Hunter has his position locked down. Shador has his position locked down. Jordan Seaton come in as a freshman. He got his position locked down. So why couldn't nobody else have their position locked down? You know
Right,
what I mean? Especially
right.
when you're talking like a Dylan Edwards, somebody that he knew since he was 9 years old. Why couldn't he have his position locked down? You know what I mean? Like, and it's just like it's a constant. I woke up and I seen everything because I'd be sitting here lying if I saying I don't support Colorado. I don't like Colorado. I didn't want them to win, but it's like I opened my eyes and saw like, yo, like they're 4-8, y'all. Like he was talking like they went 3-0, and then they won one game out of the next what, nine. Okay, one game out of the next 8 games, y'all. Like, yeah, like you gotta look at that. Now we ain't look. They started off 3-0, but people keep, oh, they only won one game before. They almost won this game. They almost won that game. Like, that does not matter. That is a trash ass record for the product that they had, and for all the people that he let go, because he let go of some damn All American offensive lineman. He did. He messed up. He knew he messed up, and nobody wants to say that though. Nobody talks about that. Nobody wants to talk about that. But then it just, I just started the hypocrisy in what he was talking about. The things, it ain't adding up. The Bengals coach being there, I got jumped on for that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, who
Well,
was checking for the Bengals coach? Like, the Bengals defensive back coach. Like, you could have been had him there. Like, just imagine if he would have had him there last year, because they didn't make the playoffs. They was already sucky. Like, you know what I mean? He talking about he was on interviews. Like, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. But it's just me speculating, because I don't have proof that he wasn't. But still, like, I don't think anybody in the NFL was checking for him. If you look at the Bengals pass defense last year and what they gave up in the pass game, like, you'd be like, okay, oh yeah, like, okay, so another NFL team was actually looking at that. But it's just the little things that didn't add up to me, and that was turning me off. And then the fans just really made me just like, and then the Kermani thing, that's when I did a whole 360, and I'm looking at everybody different. Like, that's crazy. Like, I really got on there and dragged that young man like that, dragged him like that. Then the things that just been adding up, and it's just like, now I'm just looking at it totally different. Like, dang, like, I'm ashamed. Like how you feel about Ryan Garcia right now, being ashamed you picked him. I'm ashamed to even ever making good positive videos about Colorado, the way that the fan base been acting alone. Like, it's crazy. It's
well,
crazy.
it's funny because so what I do to people sometimes, I use what they're debating against themselves, right? I'm like, what did Prime say about his transfers? Right? He said that only backups transfer. You're not seeing any starters transfer, right? That's what he said, right?
Yeah, he said that.
So he has a team full of what? Backups. Because all his
Backup.
whole team is transfer. So it's like you have nothing but second stringers on your team. So you don't have a top tier team. You have a secondary team, because if through your own mouth, all of these players are quitters. You know what I'm
Quitter.
saying? All
Quitter.
of them. Down
He
from
said it
your
first. That's
he
why.
said I didn't say that. It's like you didn't say that. He pretty much said all his transfer players are quitters. So his down from his son to every single player, every transfer portal player there is a quitter and second and a and it's they
A
were
backup.
second or third string a backup. Yeah, they were backup. So I'm like, I didn't say that.
And running team
Coach Prime said
competition.
that. So
Right.
pretty much y'all have a secondary team. Y'all team sucks. I didn't say that. Prime said that. So when you use debating points, their own coach say they have nothing to say about that. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, oh,
No, that's
well,
when they get to talking about everything else. They bring in race, they bring in and anything else, anything and everything else. You know what I'm saying? Anything and everything else they bring in, like, period. Like, just like and I don't even like talking about nobody, but shout out to you. The what's his name? Mr. Demar dude, Mr. Mari, that be on my page. Like, I ain't even gonna go give him that time of day, but I put up that opinion. He said about opinions, you got to come with facts, not opinions. And then he said that, then he goes back and says, I say a lot of things on Twitter. I have opinions. Like, yeah, like, there's no point of arguing with you. You're funny. Like, he's funny. I don't know. People are funny out here, man. But shout out to everybody up out there, man. You know, I'm
no,
feeling
I
good.
mean, I love people that have their opinions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
And
all
what
we
I do
do out
is
here,
like,
man.
and when I tell people, it's like I might not agree with you not one bit. But you know what? I respect that you have an opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's like whatever it is, if you want to copy somebody's word, it's like, man, we're in America. We're not in a communist country. This comes from a Cuban dude. You know what I'm saying? It's like what I respect from you is like you have the ability to debate and argue and and be a grown up about it versus being a little kid about it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, oh, you're gonna do the name calling? It's like, hey man, let's have a civil discussion. You don't agree with what I'm saying. I don't agree with what you're saying. But when you start going to the name calling, that's like, man, what are we in the third grade? I mean, if
Mhm.
we want to do the name calling, I could do it, and you're not going to beat me with the name calling because I could rank with the best of them. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
when people start doing that, I'm like, all right, man, let's stop talking about what you think or what you assume or or the rumors are. Let's see
Mhm.
what's on the field. At the end of the day, Colorado is 4-8. Say
That's it.
whatever you want. They're
That's
4-8. You know what I'm saying? I don't
that's
want to
it.
hear that this dude is a beast, that dude is a beast. Let's pull up the stats. Let's pull up what we've seen with our eyes. We've seen with our eyes Colorado lose 8 games. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? When
He
Dion
came
said,
out.
yeah, huh?
No, no, no. Good. Keep going. Keep cooking.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, all right, let's remove my thoughts and your thoughts. What did your eye see for name? I don't want to hear no other excuses because of this, because of that. You went 4-8. I don't want to
That's
hear
it.
it.
That's
That's
it.
it.
That's it. That's the bottom line when it come to that. Like you can't. There's nothing else to argue with that. I mean, they got to improve on it. But I like the fact that he said that he came out and he finally said yes at the spring game. We gonna get to a bowl game. That's realistic. And I remember when I don't know if you remember back when there was the guy from the DNVR, Jake. He had like tweeted at me. He low key threw a shot at me because I put him on a spot and he couldn't say nothing else. So he tweeted out that I was a weird in space, right? He tweeted out that I was weird to all his fans because all I said was, look, I can't remember exactly what I said verbatim. I said, look, Colorado is going through a rebuild right now. If you know football and you pay attention to football, they're going through a rebuild. Um, they're getting new players in, and they'd be lucky to make it to a bowl game. If you're a true fan, just love your team and root for them regardless. You know what I'm saying? But that's not realistic for them to be talking about winning a natty. And he's seen that and he heard that from everybody else. This is Jake from the DNVR. He heard that from everybody else. But what he did was he just went into my name and he tweeted out that I was weird to that whole Colorado fan base. He didn't put up the original tweet. Only a couple of people saw that, but then he tried to block it and hide it. But I already had like archived it or whatever, something else like that. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm looking at the whole situation, I'm like, wow, like you tried to hide this situation, bro. Like he tried to hide the fact that some unknown, sports content creator put him on a spot in front of a lot of people, and people saw that, and he couldn't say nothing else besides attack something else, something different. But then we get to looking at these people like they're some kind of heroes and whatever else that is, and he's not, because truthfully, let's call it what it is. Like they don't critique that team at all. They don't critique them. They agree with everything that goes on there. It's just a propaganda channel, but it's built for that. And I'm not mad at them for that because it's built for that. It's built for the Buffaloes and to be biased for them. But however, like they don't ask to no tough questions. And when I put him on the spot, he tried to attack my character. And as another sports content creator, I wouldn't like, no, I'm calling him out. Like we need to sit down and we need to either have a conversation on cam, on video. We could do it via just like we doing it now, or we could debate these things because there's some hidden gems and people overlook that, like, oh, but then nobody say nothing about that. See, nobody really said nothing about that. And then the populace of the Colorado fans have they feel the way they feel about me, and that's fine because now I'm playing the villain on that whole situation over there, and I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But just know that's your favorite sports content creator over there. They always telling some bull crap. They don't put down the right statistics, and that's why they think everybody over there is a dog. And when they're really not, because think about it. If what he just said, his team is full of backups. So they were a backup somewhere else when they transferred over there to Colorado. Remember that. And they
Well,
all
well,
had
well.
wins.
Hold up, Chuck. But you didn't say that. Coach Prime said they were.
Yeah,
Coach
yeah.
Prime said they were
He
backups.
said that.
Nah,
Yeah.
he's like, I
He
ain't
said
say
that
that.
they were backups. He
Yeah,
said that. He
yeah.
said that. I'm just saying that when everybody talk about the stats of the guys that they're bringing in, they don't bring up everything about that player. You know what I'm saying? So a casual football fan to think that they're just some great all-star player like the guy from Ohio State. He went to Ohio State, yeah, sure, but he was, and yes, he's in a loaded running back room. Now he's going somewhere where there's just a bunch of backups. So where's the competition? Because he's just competition against backups. Like I probably would have stayed behind Junkins and Henderson up there, learn from two of the best in college football, and develop that way. Like, how are you going to get better? And that's where I think the lack of development's at. And then nobody wants to talk about none of his players getting drafted. None of his players are getting drafted. There's a problem with that, y'all. Like he's a gold jacket, Hall of Fame coach, but none of his players have been drafted yet. He's been in college football for 3 seasons, going on his fourth season, and none of his players are in the NFL. And if they are, then they're on there as a like a what is the equivalence to an NFL walk on, and they're not paying attention to that. They're not. It's going over people's heads. Like, okay, so where is the development at up there?
And
Um,
what they tell, because everybody's like, oh, Dion is the greatest cornerback ever, right? And I agree, right? He's up there, right? But I'm like, that doesn't mean that he knows how to coach him up, right? It's like Jordan is the greatest basketball player ever. That doesn't mean he's a great basketball coach. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
It's like, and I question people like, who has Dion put out, in the league as a cornerback? And it goes silent. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, he hasn't put any elite. He hasn't put. I don't even think he's put any cornerbacks in the NFL.
Nah,
Travis is not going to the NFL. I don't. I personally don't think Travis is going to the NFL as a DB. I think he's going into the
as a
NFL
wide
as a
receiver.
receiver. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
what are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? It's
Mm-hmm.
like Dion is a great marketing guy. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he
But
great for that. And I like him, and I want to, what I'm saying, say that I like him as a player. I do. I like Dion. I love Dion as a player. Like I loved him as a player when I was growing up. Yeah, I did the high step, I did the dance, I did everything like that. But as the coach and I can't even really say it's him. Like it's more like these weird
it's
fans and
funny
other
because it's it's
content
it's
creators and
it's
stuff.
it's Miami. We're the same way. Our
You
fan
know.
base is the same way. They are fan of man instead of fan of the program, and it's like,
Hmm.
man, I just don't get y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
what is this? It's like y'all fan of this man, and one, he doesn't know you. Number two, these coaches leave and they don't care about the program. Like, yeah, I don't understand this part. I don't know. To me, it's just it's disgusting. I'm like, hey man, drop the link. You know what I'm saying? If you disagree with me, drop the link. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to talk
They
about
don't
it,
want
that's
they don't want no smoke. They don't want that smoke. They rather just stay behind their little avatar with no face, just a letter, and just talk and troll. Like they don't want no smoke like that.
I mean, I'm
They
an
don't want
avatar too,
nobody.
so that's here to
Yeah,
there.
but you're an avatar because you're a very important person that you're different. Like, see, people don't need to know that. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
everybody's not you. They're not you. Trust me.
That's,
They're not in your predicament to where you're at and what you
yeah, they're
do.
not my situation.
Right,
Yeah,
right, right.
but it's we and look, this is what I was gonna say. I believe, just like you believe in God and everything, and preaching the Lord's name, right? So I believe in positive mindset, right? So
Yeah.
I believe in positive community, right? But at the
Yeah.
same time, I also believe holding people accountable and being critical. I cannot be I don't know about you, but in my group of friends, I don't surround myself with a yes man or yes people because
No,
you're
you
not
can't.
making me better, right?
Right.
I know that I'm not a perfect human being, right? The girls that I deal with, the homeboys, my friends, if you are constantly being everything is okay, I cannot deal with you because I know I'm not perfect and I know everything is good. And I know things have to improve. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And the way that these people are always pitching, oh, this is great. But what I tell people is, you do know history is recording. If Prime decide, I don't think Dion is going to go past 1 or 2 more years of coaching, right?
Hmm.
What are you going to do? What are you going to say if he fails? I'm not trying to be negative here, but
Hmm.
if he doesn't achieve his particular goal, what are you going to say? What is going to be your pitch? What is going to be you're going to kill him just the same way that we're killing him now because you did not hold him accountable at the particular time. I do the same thing with the Hurricanes fans.
Hmm.
They think I'm anti Mario. I was like, no, I'm not anti Mario. I'm holding him accountable. That way he knows, the fans and everybody knows the mistakes and things that need to improve on, so we don't have to face this ultimate bad result. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So it's like, by everybody keeps saying Prime is doing great, Mario is doing great. We are not going anywhere as a fan program
It's
community,
like
so on and so forth.
and I hate to put it like this, but it's like you're enabling an addict or enabling a
There,
person,
you
like, you know
nailed
what I
it
mean?
in the head. There you go. You said it better than I could. Enabling an addict, right? And that's,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? I need to use that. I'm writing that down because that's very true. It's like you're enabling an addict. You know what I'm saying? You're saying that everything is great. My program, Miami Hurricanes under Mario Cristobal, were 12 and 13. You're gonna tell me he's doing a great job? Like, get out of here. I don't care what
Right.
he's doing in recruiting. I don't care about none of that. When I
Mm-hmm.
see with my eyes, he's 12 and 13. You know what I'm saying? Other
Right.
coaches that we've had didn't have this bad of a record. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Same thing with you, with Colorado. Y'all keep telling me Coach Prime and everybody's, Shiloh is great. And it's like, Shiloh, not Shiloh, Sador getting sacked left and right. You know what I'm saying? Colorado has a 4-8 record. I don't care if you tell me that you have 12, 11 NFL guys on offense and defense, but that record doesn't show it. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and there's still some of the same problems from last year, but we'll probably see that. And I want to, and we gotta start having these tough conversations. Like, we gotta have those tough conversations. That's how we grow as men, as a community, and definitely as these as sports content creators out here. You know what I mean? Like, we need to be able to sit down and have these debates and have these tough conversations on what we disagree on, so that we both both leave the conversation with a better understanding of each other and our point of views. Like, you know what I'm saying? We both gonna probably leave like, oh, I still feel right. But you know what? Cuban Dumas definitely said something that really, stuck me right there. And so didn't the other guy, he definitely said something that definitely stuck to my head. You know what I mean? No matter what, like, because me and Shad do it to each other all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gives me another point of perspective on something, and I give him other perspectives on something, and we always leave with more knowledge. And people are afraid to do that, especially over there in Colorado, and they're just all propaganda over there. There's no pushback at all. The main channels, and I get it though. You know what I'm saying? The dude that what he tweeted out on my page. What did he say? He said, excuse my language out there. He said, if you kissing a man's ass, it will pay out for you. You know what I mean? You'll be further or something. Now, you know what? I'm a get up on my Twitter and I'm gonna read it verbatim
Yeah,
because it was good. It was good what he said. He said, if you're willing to kiss another man's ass, you'll always have a check, but your face will always smell like ass.
yeah. See, I heard the same thing. But there's a video that Coach Hayes put out. It's very powerful. On create YouTube, Twitter creators, whatever you are, right? You guys hold a very powerful space in the sports community, right? Because the fan base listens to you guys more than anybody else. So what happens is, you guys start creating narratives and stories that eventually the mass listen to. So
Mm-hmm.
as Kane, no, not as Kane's, as YouTube creators, as Twitter creators, Instagram, TikTok, gotta be very careful what you put out there because you guys are more powerful than the regular person on TV on ESPN because you guys show up every single day and talk and have interaction with the people versus the national media. So,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion, you guys have more of an impact than anybody else. And you have to, I'm not, you can do whatever the hell you want, but you have to be very responsible of what you're saying because, like I keep saying, history's recording itself,
Mm-hmm.
and it's funny, going back to the Haney thing, right? There was a lot of Haney fan pages, Haney, and they all disappear. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you do know that history was recorded, and you said X, Y, and Z that Haney was going to
Mm-hmm.
knock him out, and he was going to win, blah, blah, blah. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
now
And
when
a
I bring
casual
that
fan
up,
like
and
myself. Yep.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like now when I bring it up and hold it against you, you change the script, right? And it's like, hold
Mm-hmm.
up, man, what
Mm-hmm.
happened to this whole thing you were saying? It's like, oh,
Right.
now it's different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Yeah, I get it. I get it. And I say that a lot. I preach that a lot. And And I get it. You know what I'm saying? I know who dude on Coach Hayes was listening to, because he said, I know, and the people know too, but I don't. You know what I'm saying? He don't answer my phone calls no more. You know what I mean? He don't answer my phone calls no more. He don't want to do no more shows with me or whatever. But if you was watching that episode when he broke down Peyton Kirkland and what he was reading verbatim off of 24/7, verbatim about Peyton Kirkland, and when he was talking about Peyton Kirkland, the offensive lineman, him being big and him, you know what I'm saying, being a good depth piece, rather or not. Like, he's not though. He's a whole project. Peyton Kirkland is a whole project coming from Texas. Like, he's overweight. He has to work on his agility. There's a lot, everything. He has to work on everything. But Phil Loholt knows that. He knows he's that body type, and he knows he can get him where he needs to be. That's why Phil Loholt picked that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's out there. He's from Texas. And let's be real, he did practice against like Brian Murphy, Devondre Sweat, and all them last year. So he's seen what elite defensive lineman talent looks like and how to handle that. And I did put that out there, but somebody else put a whole nother spill on that.
But
And
hold on, Tubbs. How do you know this?
because I watched it.
You were at practice. Did you see him go up against the first
Oh, no,
string?
no, 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 no. See,
That
I,
see,
I,
you
I
see,
don't.
you see
No, I
where you
don't
see
know
where I'm
that.
coming from.
Yeah, yeah,
You don't who
yeah,
you don't know. He might
mhm,
have been practicing against the walk-ons. You in that
yeah.
practice?
Yeah, and
It's-
well, and then,
that,
but remember, I did say he knows what defense. He knows what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? He might have went up against them or not, but he knows what, he know what it looked like.
well,
He's seen them.
hold on. No, so this is I'm doing what what Prime said, right?
All right.
Prime said about Cromartie, he doesn't go to practice, he doesn't do this, he doesn't do that. How do you know Buddy was not at practices? And how do you know he wasn't even performing? Or how do you know he was in the gym, working out,
Mm-hmm.
hitting the weights? We don't know none of this
You
stuff. We
don't.
are assuming that
Mm-hmm.
he saw these guys. We're assuming that he was practicing, right? We don't
Mm-hmm.
know because you're
You were
not
not
there. I
there.
was not there. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like that's when, like, you have to be careful what you hear and assume from people. It's like, if you
Yeah.
didn't see it with your own eyes, shut the hell up, because you have no idea. We don't know what this kid Kirkland was doing at Texas. He could have been the best player there. You know what I'm saying? He could have been the worst player.
Yeah.
We don't
Right.
know. Shut
You're
the
right.
hell up. Wait till he steps on the field and then
Yeah.
make your opinion about him then. Because I'm telling you, just like, I remember Colorado fans. They were, oh, we got Cromartie. He's a beast. He's this. He's that. We took it from Miami, right? Blah blah blah. Now he's a scrub. He's this. I'm like, hold on, man. A year ago, y'all were like jumping for joy and thinking like this was Dion part two. You know what I'm saying? Now he's like, he is the worst thing you ever seen in the space of this
Yeah.
earth.
You're
So I'm
right.
like,
You're right. You got to be detailed, and I'm learning that out here, though. Cuban, hey, I'm learning that, Dumas. I'm learning that out here. You have to be detailed in your speech out here. Like, you have to put those little disclaimers. Like, now I don't know for a fact. I'm just speculating on him
yeah.
seeing the talent. You have to do that a lot, and then when I do that, people are like, oh, he don't know what he's talking about because he don't sound factual. He don't sound like he knows what's going on. But I'm just being honest with y'all. I'm just trying to be as honest and authentic and raw with y'all. You know what I'm saying, about a particular situation. But it to each his own. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
but
So
what you need to do, Chubbs, with all these Colorado creators is play their videos when Cormani committed to Colorado. I bet you that would be so hilarious. I'm like, hold on, didn't you say this about Cromartie? You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
then people are gonna start backtracking and saying and it's like, so now you want to say all these
mhm,
different things, but when
yeah.
he was at the program, when he committed, it was a whole different story.
It was totally different. You would have thought, like you said, like when he committed, you thought that it was going to be Dion part two. But see, that I mean, that's just how it goes out here in this space, and it got to be. It's sad to say this, but who said this a lot? Was it Charlemagne that said this? The truth is boring and the lies more entertaining, or something like that. something like I don't know, but whatever he said, but he be saying some weird stuff like that. Like a lie is more entertaining, and it's sad because that's the space we in. And then in this, everybody who's popular at the time. Oh, I just
Yeah,
want to
but you
roll.
see, when somebody says something ignorant like that, it's like, yeah, because you don't have the skill set to sell the truth, right? If you were
Hmm.
skillful in your trait, right, you could sell the truth, right? Because you could use bullshit to you could use a lie to sell the truth, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? You
Right.
call people out and then let people see the truth. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? So
I'm
it's like,
learning. I'm
yeah,
learning
so
now.
it's like what you do if you could say the truth by using the lies that people used before, right? So it's like
Hmm.
that's how you sell it. But if you don't have that type of skill set, that because it's like the only way you could sell some stuff is like if you lie, right? And then I'm like, eventually that's gonna catch up to you, right? Like Jason Whitlock, right? All the BS that he pushes, it catches up to him. It's like eventually you need to start having the skill set of
He
doing
do.
both, So
He put out. I mean, people don't like him. He's not popular. He's not popular at all for a multitude of reasons. But yeah, he challenges people sometimes. I don't agree with a lot that man say. A lot. I mean, a lot. A lot. A lot. Like
yeah, a
I could,
lot, yeah.
the whole lot. But you know what I'm saying. There's some things that I look at and I say, you know what I mean. And but that's what everybody though. Like, and I feel like if somebody but and that and there's a problem there because yeah, he drags a lot of people in the culture and it just looks bad. You know what I mean. It really do, bro.
Yeah.
Um, but I also feel like if you're agreeing with somebody or if you're just sitting there agreeing with them the whole time, they're not doing their job correctly as a sports journalist, content creator, however y'all want to put that out there. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing your job. So part of your job is to make you know what I'm saying, people disagree with you and they're gonna have their opinions, and that's just how this works. But I invite people to come in and do that and challenge me because this is the fan's point of view. I have a point of view and you do. One of the things I start honestly, what made me start the fans point of view honestly was I was listening to Kwame Brown one time, and Kwame Brown, he kept saying, why is there a whole bunch of people out there making sports content and they ain't never played professional sports? And he had this, I can't remember exactly what he said, but he had a very good point upon that at this time. And I'm like, I didn't play professional sports, but I've been supporting the Steelers since I was in diapers. Cause like, I mean, like my whole family, like I know so much about them. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if I've ever went there, like all the memorabilia I got behind me, the hat I got on my head, the shirt I got on my back right now, I'm supporting the team in that particular way. So in that way, I pushed back, us buying tickets and everything else like that. And I
Well,
said, you know what?
well,
The fans is powerful too. And we got a voice, and some fans know a lot about teams. So let me the fans' point of view. So when everybody come in here, I promise to always be available to a fan of whatever team you are, hockey, baseball, whatever. When you come on here and you want to talk it, come talk it. I'm opening that up for everybody.
well, using that Kwame Brown quote against himself, right?
Right.
He's like, why do fans? It's like, then why aren't you? Why are you speaking your mind? You just supposed to just shut up and dribble, right?
Hmm.
Don't talk about it. Just play. You're a basketball player. Play basketball. Don't talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
it's like this. Sometimes people get mad when you use their own argument against them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I would have told Kwame, hey, then shut down your YouTube channel because you're not a YouTube creator. You're a basketball
I
player.
did
So
say that. I did
just
say that. I made a whole video on that. I call it, you check it out. Go through my archives. It's called Content Creator Haters. I made a whole video for all of them. All of the whole everybody, because this space was made for the average Joe to have a voice, to be connected to other people around the USA, around the world, for us to connect with each other and to be able to talk to each other, see each other on screen or whatever else. And here y'all are jumping in our space. Like, so stay on Fox, stay on CNN, stay on the Sports Center, go over there, stay on your platform. Don't cross over to our platform, social media and everything. Like everybody needs everything, check it out. I went off on that video. I
yeah, I
definitely
got
went
it.
off.
I mean, this is to
Definitely went off.
what I tell content creators is like, this is your TV channel, your TV network. Excuse me, like this is your TV network here. You know what I'm saying? Like, Your channel is a TV network, literally. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think you guys understand that. Like, you guys have your own publishing, your own distribution, your timing, all that stuff. You know, it's like,
Mm,
and I respect you, Shad, Coach Hayes, the people I listen to, Coop, South Coast. Is like, I respect it because you guys have a channel, not no a network. You have a TV network, and you guys don't understand that part. One day you will, you know what I'm saying? Because we listen to you guys more than we listen to ESPN or whatever. You know what I'm
wow.
saying? It's like you guys have a powerful voice, a powerful tool that you don't have an understanding. Like, you could, Chubbs, like, one day I believe you're gonna create a trucking network, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube, and you have a TV show, but you guys don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? It's a reality show that you guys are doing, you know what I'm saying? Without all
Wow.
the producers and the makeup artists and so on and so forth. But
Deep.
once you guys start thinking a little bit third level, y'all gonna be dangerous, you know what I'm saying? So
Wow.
I'm rooting for you guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Thank you.
rooting for
Hey
you.
man, that was deep, man. That more than that was deep right there. I appreciate that, man. That was some motivation for me. You just lit a fire underneath me. You don't understand.
Yeah,
You don't
do it, bro.
understand.
I'm a fan.
Thank you. You don't understand. These guys, I mean, people don't know, man. There's a lot of work that go into this, man. A whole lot of work, man. A whole lot. In order to bring the correct information, there's a lot of stuff that going behind this that people don't know. Maybe I should start videotaping everything, huh?
Yeah, yeah, you got to think about this. So you don't know me from the color blue, but you were able to collect one user, random user from the United States of America, to listen to you. It could be one. Just think about it. You got one random person in the United States that you don't know to listen to you for hours and hours and hours. You know what I'm saying? That is ridiculous, man. Yeah, I listen to you more than I listen to Stephen A, Skip Bayless, so on and so forth. Right? It's like,
Wow.
y'all have this power that you don't like. YouTube creators have a power that you guys have no idea what you guys are doing. Like, it's so powerful what you guys have, but it gets
We're gonna talk offline,
yeah,
man.
we'll talk offline. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna talk offline, man. We're gonna connect, man, because we already been talking about some other things, man. So hit me up in my DM, man, for sure, man. We're gonna talk. Yeah,
We'll
but
do.
I
We'll do.
appreciate it. I appreciate it because you about to drop some game, and we gotta charge people for that.
No, yeah, no, I'll keep it free. You know what I'm saying? I'll keep it
Nah.
free. I'll keep the game for free because I'm all about educating. You know what I'm saying? And it's because, Chubbs, I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't do what you do. You could tell me exactly your setup and everything, but I can't talk like you. I can't come up with the topics like you. I can't come up with the graphics like you. You're your own individual creator. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Mhm.
you could tell me to the T, hey, Cuban, this is what I do, and I'm going to try to replicate it, and it's going to look completely stupid because I don't have your style or taste. You know what I'm
Jeez, man. Hey,
saying?
that's huge, man. That's huge, man. I took
Yeah,
that AO love, bro. That's what's up, man. I appreciate that, man. I be out here grinding, man. I really do, really do.
keep the
Appreciate
grind.
it.
Never know who's listening. That's all I'm going to say. You never know who's listening, Chubbs. So just keep it crying.
I will. I will, man. I promise that, man. That's Cuban Kane for y'all, man. Thank you, man. Keep on tuning
Yeah.
in. I don't
All
care if
right.
you
I
ain't.
need to jump off and start getting some of this work done.
All right.
All
Appreciate
right,
it.
so appreciate it. Yeah.
Peace. Hey, that was deep. That was deep. That was deep. That was huge, man. I'm gonna clip that out and I gotta put that up there for everybody up out there, man. I didn't even get into the NFL part of things yet, man. We just got on here and just started rapping. Like, you know what I'm saying? What's up? I see my dad up out there in the chat. What's going on? The link's in the chat. If you want to jump on, if you got something to say, the link is up in the chat right now, man. It's there to look at. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take a quick little break, y'all. Play a little tune, and I'll be right back. Give me 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I'm gonna play a quick tune, y'all. Play and then go to break real quick. Have a quick little break, and I'll be right back. I promise y'all that, man. Promise y'all that. Let me get up out of here real quick. are back on the morning after with no plan B, baby. You gotta say it like that, like you from New Orleans, baby. Gotta say it like that. They got that's hard, you know. I wonder when they holding their kids, my baby, my little baby. That's hard, bro. New Orleans. Shout out to the NO cats, man. Shout out to everybody in the NO, man. We about to get up into these draft grades and everything, man. I didn't plan on. I knew the show was gonna be long this morning, but I didn't know it was gonna be this long, though. You know. But that was some good conversation between me and Cuban Dumas, man. Shout out to him, man. He's a moderator on the channel and everything now. I got a couple moderators. A lot of people watch me on a playback. You know, I don't mind. You know, this ain't the show to jump off. You know, I appreciate y'all in the comments. You know, this is the morning after. You know, when y'all get a little laugh, but mostly, you know, it's just chill out and relax. You know, just relax, kick back. You know, I don't really want to scream a little bit. I kind of get in the like I'm recording the quiet storm or something. Let me stop, man. Let me stop. But yeah, that's how it be. But look, the Arizona Cardinals, man. So the draft grade that I want to give the Arizona Cardinals, man, I must say that the Cardinals. Let me tell you what the experts are giving us. So they only address three of their needs, right? They only address the wide receiver, cornerback, and the edge. So they need a defensive tackle and an offensive guard. Now, you would say, well, didn't they draft that? They actually didn't. They got two edges, two offensive tackles, cornerback, running back. And I'm gonna talk about a little bit about the picks that I like. So they got some of those needs, and look, it's the NFL, so everybody's professional. However, some of these young guys got things that they still need to develop upon, especially the way that college football is going today. If you've been really paying attention to college football, a lot of these players going to the NFL might not be as much knowledgeable as you might think it is. It's a lot of raw talent out there that is not developed and they become better pros, right? Some of these guys remain hungry and they go to the pro level and they develop and get better and better and better. And there's nothing wrong with that because some, you know, just the way that the landscape is in college football with the pay for play era that we're in right now with no contracts, a lot of these guys are leaving a place where they're being developed and behind great running backs, great cornerbacks, and they're moving to try to start. And I get it. But sometimes you need development. Sometimes you need things that you need to work on and you need to practice at. You can never um you always could practice. You always could use practice, okay? You can never be too polished. That if that makes sense. All right. Um, so and I was saying that the Arizona Cardinals, I like Marvin Harrison Jr. I like the way they went and grabbed him in, with the fourth overall pick. I'm going by city in alphabetical order. I like when they went and grabbed Marvin Harrison Jr., 6'3", 209. They graded him out of 95. I would say that's a fair grade out of 95 because his 50-50 balls downfield, and he's a good red zone guy. And that's what I would have to say. You know, he like they said, he can contort his body for catches and throws. His dad was one of the best receivers of all time in the NFL, especially in my era. And what I mean by my era is my age group and the players that I've seen growing up. Like I like to pay homage to guys that have been in the NFL before me, but if I really didn't get a chance to watch them, how could they honestly, and let's be honest about this, how could they be in my top whatever if I never ever got a chance to see this player perform in the NFL, right? Makes sense, right? Okay, so and I mean some guys you could throw in there and say that they're great, but I mean if that's the case, if we're gonna talk about the greatest defensive backup of all time, you gotta say Paul Crew. He got 81 interceptions. Nobody's ever gonna break that. You know what I mean? Uh so I mean, like look, that's all I gotta say about that. But then they went and grabbed Trey Benson, the running back from Florida State University, 6'2", 216. They gave him an 82 grade. I do not agree with that 82 grade with that. I just don't. And the reason why I've been is because I think Trey Benson is an A player. I would have to rank him a little higher than an 82, man. And the rankings that I'm going off is the ESPN rankings. If you want to go along, you can go to ESPN. Let me get the exact thing. It's ESPN slash NFL slash draft slash teams, right? And then the names of the teams. And this is what I'm going off of. So this is what I've based my notes off of and everything else, just in case if you wanted to fact check me or however else you just want to go along with it. Okay. All right. And and Trey Benson, he played a lot better than me. He played a lot better than me. He was a tough between the tackle type of runner. I think he had enough agility. I thought that the way that Trey Benson ran down at Florida State was like NFL ready, if you ask me. Like he ran tough behind his pads. And look, I thought that somebody like Buffalo maybe could use him with Cook little brother, back to back. But we'll get to talking about them in a second. They're not too far off. But look, I thought that they did well there with that pick. Now, him and James Conner both in the backfield. That 1-2 punch is going to be nasty. Oh my goodness, it is going to be. Now, what the experts had to say upon Trey Benson, let me get that pulled up here. The experts had to say that Trey Benson is one of the three backs to run a sub 4.4 in the 40-yard dash at the combine. And that the combine confirms that he showed on tape his burst through the hole is impressive, and he showed the better patience between the tackles in 2023. And then he did that in 2022. He is a smooth accelerating around the corner as a perimeter runner and has the extra gear to pull away from pursuit. Benson has the contact balance and core strength to break tackles in space too. He flashes soft hands and he is a threat after the catch. And that's why I thought he'd be perfect for like a Josh Allen, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Based upon just what I know. Now, I'm giving y'all what I know, and then I'll give y'all what the experts are saying. Okay. And that's just how it feels. All right, because I want to make sure that y'all getting it, the correct information. Now that's just not to say that experts can't be wrong, because they can be. We all can be. We all don't get it right all the time. They're evaluating hundreds of players, so they're bound to be wrong at one of these players. That's why I said the 82 grade. I don't know about that. Just like the next one from the Arizona Cardinals, what I thought was a great pick. I thought that he maybe would have been like, they got him ranked as the number 6 tight end. And in the NFL, Tip Reeman, he was a walk-on from Illinois for Illinois. Shout out to him. 6'5", 271. I thought of him as an extra tackle that can catch, because his run blocking is next level. He can run block very well. He can catch. And I thought that would move him up in the position rankings, only because of the next level with the NFL. Like how, the NFL, you got to be able to block too. You just can't catch the ball. And that's why I think he'll be a lot better in the NFL. Now, ESPN gave him he's ranked number 6 overall, ranking 113th in the draft, and they gave him a 68 as a grade. I'm like, no way. He's way, like, had he not played for Illinois and he played for, let's just say, a bigger school, Bama or Georgia, he would been, to me, look, and it just in my opinion, I think he was up there with like a Brock, for real. With blocking wise, the guy, he's definitely could block. He's 6'5", 271, y'all. Tip Reeman. Look, crazy, man. Just crazy. And I'm like, there's no way that you could do that, right? No way. I don't know where that came from. That came from my phone. So I had my phone hooked up to take calls, but I don't need to because I got the thing in there. So, but look, the next guy that I want to talk about, and we're gonna move on to the next team here. So shout out to the Arizona Cardinals. Those are the picks that I wanted to talk about. There's plenty more that I could probably talk about. Now, the experts are saying about, like, let me get y'all what the experts are saying about Tip Reeman. He's a former walk-on. We knew that. He caught 19 passes last season, but he flashes on tape, and he proved himself his traits to develop into a productive receiver with an outstanding workout at the combine. He tied for the quickest 10-yard split, had the third fastest 3-cone time, and had the 4th fastest short shuttle out of the tight ends in Indianapolis. He also ran with the 6th fastest 40-yard dash. Riemann has big hands and it can pluck the ball out of the air. He has the frame to box out defenders and the body control to adjust to passes thrown behind him. He has the size to wall off defenders in space and the frame to develop into an effective inline blocker. I thought he did great with inline blocking. So, that's just me. But like I said, if we agreeing out here, somebody's not doing their job. We just talking about that. But I thought he did great with blocking. That's what the professionals had to say. Moving on. Now we're gonna move on to air. What's next? Atlanta, my brother squad. Shout out to my brother Don, man. In case you're supporting out there, your Falcons. What was they thinking? Man, I don't know. Now, I get it, right? People talked about Michael Penix and his Achilles, but we got to remember, y'all. We have to remember this. And we talked about the fans switching up earlier and everything else. The fans do switch up a whole lot when it comes to players. Everybody was on Michael Penix's. They would, as the kids call it nowadays, they call it glazing. We used to call it D-riding. We used to call it DSing. But the kids now call that riding. They call it glazing because you're glazing the man. Get off him, right? Michael Penix, everybody was loving him. Everybody was loving him. He was one of the best quarterbacks in college football. Y'all even was talking about him being in a Heisman conversation and blah, 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 whatever else. He went up against the best defense in college football against Michigan. They got overwhelmed. Yes, the Washington had NFL talent on their offensive line. However, Michigan's whole defense was like in the NFL. Like, you know what I mean? Like they all were out in the draft. So let's talk about it. But Michael Penix to me was the best pure passer. To me and my co-host Shad on Fans Point of View, we both really sat down and thought that Michael Penix should have been in the top 3. He should have been considered to be in the top 3. Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Michael Penix definitely should have been up there. He definitely should have been up there. And the Falcons thought so. He was worth a first round 8th pick. And they just paid Kirk Cousins $180 million. Kirk Cousins just got hurt last year. I think what was it, Achilles or something like that? Michael Penix had trouble with his Achilles. They both had injury prone. We don't know what's going on. He's the best pure passer coming out of college football. He's definitely athletic. He ran a 4.4 at his pro day. The guy knows what he's doing. And Kirk Cousins being there, if they get hurt, you got another quarterback to throw in. If not, think things ain't going that way. You need somebody to come in there and provide a quick scoop. Michael Penix can do that. And he's going to learn from Kirk Cousins, and he's prepared to do that. You see I like what he said when he came in. He's prepared to sit behind Kirk Cousins and learn as much as he can from Kirk Cousins. He said that, and I like that. And I like what the Falcons did with that, even though it seemed unorthodox and like, what is you doing? But they did it. All right. Now, the Falcons just concentrated on depth at the D-line positions. I like that a lot because the Falcons defense, whether we want to look at it or not, they were one of the, like, you can argue that the Falcons was a top 15, top 10 defense in the NFL last year. If you come with the correct points, you definitely can argue that because they were okay on defense. The Falcons had a lot of games. They were 5 games. And I know a lot of people, because other people use it for other teams, so I'm going to use it for the Falcons. The Falcons, 5 of their games last year, they lost by under 5 points, 5 points or less. So now you talking about, and that was all purely defense. If they would have had Kirk Cousins or a Michael Penix last year, the Falcons are in the playoffs without a doubt. So let's really talk about it. Their defense was there. Now they're adding that depth on that defensive line when those guys get tired, and they're going to go to work. So, what the Falcons did and overall with Michael Penix and with that defensive line, I would have to give the Falcons a B plus on what they did in the whole draft. The Arizona Cardinals, I got to give them a C plus because, well, no, I'm sorry. I'll give them a B plus too also because I like Tip Riemann. I like the Falcons, what they did in the draft, addressing the defensive lineman, and we're going to move on to the next team, all right? The Baltimore Ravens. I gotta be fair here. I'm biased with my Steelers, but I'm not gonna dog on the Ravens. I'm just not. I'm not gonna dog the Ravens. give a fair evaluation upon them and what they did in the draft, right? The Ravens picked up, they addressed, they got Nate Wiggins, they got linebacker from Penn State. I cannot Azida Isaac, I think that's his name, 6'4", 247, because they just lost Patrick Queen to us. So they addressed that need. They went and got TJ Tampa from Iowa State, which I thought he was good. I thought he would play really well, TJ Tampa. They given him an 84, and I don't know why, because I thought he played a lot better than that. I thought he was one of the better corners in the draft, to be honest. I mean, because I watched a lot of college football last year, and TJ Tampa was him. The the Ravens draft, bro, low key, and I must say this, y'all. They got me. They I respect them. They put some respect on me. I put some respect on them. What they picked up now, it wasn't sexy at all. It wasn't something that everybody want to look at because they went and grabbed Rasheen Ali from the running back from Marshall that people gonna sleep on 5'11", 206. They like, man, they grading him out of 53. What disrespect? What disrespect? I know he's a G5 running back, but I mean, come on, like that's just disrespectful. They went and grabbed up Devin Leary, 6'1", 215. He can move. Don't get twisted with that white boy. He can move. And I hope that y'all are not doing that. They grabbed Nick Simek, the center from Michigan State. Man, they grabbed the safety from Purdue, Kane. They went in and addressed, and another one that I really want to put out there is Devontrez Walker from North Carolina, the receiver. I think he dropped because of, I believe, I just don't know why he dropped. I don't know him, and they had a really outstanding, maybe it was his speed or something. I don't know, with his 40 time, because he was only the fourth fastest or something like that. But look, he was him. He was him last year. Him and Hampton, Omarion Hampton, they was putting in that work for UNC last year. And Drake May, that was one of his favorite targets. The Ravens had a good draft. I respect what the Ravens did. And look, I gotta give it up to the Ravens, man. I give them an A minus, man. And that's only because I'm biased. So I'm just keeping it 100. I'm just keeping it 100. That's all. I'm just trying to keep it 100 out here. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. That's it. All right. So the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see the okay? Y'all can see the graphics. Okay. The Buffalo Bills. Now, I'm sitting there thinking, like, why would y'all trade with with the Chiefs? The Chiefs is our number one. They're your arch enemy. Y'all were built to beat the Chiefs. Did you think they missed? The Bills, regardless of what y'all want to say, y'all, they are one of the teams that had a fantastic draft. I must say that, y'all. They addressed every last one of their needs, period. They addressed each and every one of them. If you're watching, if you're going along, they are the wide receiver, the cornerback, safety, the edge, and the center. They addressed all those needs with good players. Keon Coleman from Florida State University, their first overall pick, 6'3", 213. They gave him an 86. He ran a 4.61, right? And you thinking to yourself, that's slow. Well, guess what, y'all? Stephon Diggs didn't run that fast. You know what makes Stephon Diggs good? He's quick in small spaces, and he's an elite route runner, and he knows how to get open in zone defense. He knows how to read the zones and the defense, the holes. And that's what makes Stephon Diggs so great. And all I kept saying was the tight end. Now, I didn't think them grabbing another tight end would have been bad, but they said, look, we got to address the receiver. Keon Coleman, 4.61. His smooth route running that Keon Coleman possesses, right? And then his the red zone. That's who they need. Short yardage guy, red zone type of guy. Snatch the ball up. That is Keon Coleman, a route runner. That's all the Bills needed. They didn't need a speedy receiver like Xavier Worthy. They didn't need the safety, the sexy pick there. They did not need that. They need, and why? because of the way that Josh Allen plays. Josh Allen breaks out of the pocket, throws off somebody like Big Ben used to do, move around. They need somebody who can run a smooth route, crisp, smooth route in a red zone target, short yardage type of guy. Oh, there he is. Let me dump it to him. Boom. That's all they need with their running game, right? And they addressed that. And that's why I like that. Then they went and got Cole Bishop from Utah. Cole Bishop. Now, regardless of what I'm gonna say, Eric Weddle stamped him. Now we played against Eric Weddle. Eric Weddle also played for the Chargers, played for the Baltimore Ravens. So we're familiar with Eric Weddle. He stamped this young man. Like Cole Bishop is really that guy. Don't get it twisted. He's stumping something. And underneath, when he's playing in that underneath zone, like he might take one to the house. Like we gotta take down a grade, but they gave him an 82 grade, and I'm like, I don't know. And I guess that's fair, I guess, because you know what he's saying. But you better be watching out for this young man, Cole Bishop, for real. I'm ready to see what he about to do up there in Buffalo. He might be comfortable. He's 6'2", 206 pounds, a great tackler in space. One of his like attributes was like him getting the tackles for loss out of the safety position. So like he's like that extra, lighter linebacker, if you will, that can, pass coverage. Anything behind him is a little iffy, and I'm guessing that's why they were like, okay, like if we get behind Cole and Cole really don't recover that well, but anything in front of Cole, it's over with. And he has that talent to do that. And with them losing Micah Hyde, they definitely needed to, address that spot. Dwayne Carter, the defensive tackle from Duke, they got the experts get rated him a 72, like 302 pounds. They needed another run stuffer up in there. I think they did good with him. And I really like them grabbing Ray Davis. Yo, I forgot about him in the draft, yo. Ray Davis, I'm a short guy. He 5'8", 211 pounds, and he run like a bowling ball. And that is perfect for him and Cook. And he could catch too, because it was that him and Devin Leary was getting busy. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget that he can catch a little bit out the backfield, and he's shifty, he can move, but he's just one of them north and but really, he's a north and south runner. That's what he like to do. Let me get it. Let me get where I gotta go. And you need a back like that in Buffalo because you already got Cook. Cook is a little bit more shifty or whatever. But then when Ray Davis come in and give him a breather, he's north and south. I'm coming in. Let me get these quick 2-3 yards or whatever it's gonna be. But that's a lot of yards in the NFL. And I like that pick with Ray Davis, man. I definitely like that pick. I'm not going to talk about all the picks, but I do like, all the picks that the Buffalo Bills went and did. Y'all can go check it out. Like I said, their whole pick. So all in all, man, I got to get them an A+, man. I like what the Buffalo Bills did. Now, the Carolina Panthers. Let's talk about these Panthers, man, and what they did. Yo, the Panthers, man. They low key. They gotta put it together this year, man. They have to. They have no other choice but to put it together this year. Let's just call it what it is. Call it what it is. He said Nick Sims said the Bears made moves too. Josh gonna find whoever open. Now looking, what up, Nick Sim, what up, what's going on, bro? What's going on? I hope that's you. Hit the link down there in the chat. Y'all want to jump in? The link is up there in the chat. You scroll up in the chat, you get the link. You could definitely jump on the show. I'm gonna talk about the Bears too. Right now, I'm going by city. If I'm going by city in the alphabetical order, okay. So all the way through to Washington. It's gonna be a long time. So if you want to jump on, you got something to say, go ahead, man. We all up in here, fans. That's what it's all about. It's the morning after. No plan B, baby. All right, but the Carolina Panthers, just do or die for them right now, right? Do or die. They gotta get it right. They gotta get it this well. I mean, it's really not that, but with today's impatientness of fans and everything else, they went and got, the quarterback first round last year. They got it. They want to produce. And they spent a lot of money on our offensive line. A whole lot. What is 150 million or something they spent like that on the offensive line, I believe. So they put some money there. Xavier Leggett. Now, man, dude ran a 4.3, y'all. He's a 221-pound receiver at 6'1", ran a 4.3, yo. First day, like comparison, Julio, right? That's what you thinking, Julio Jones. Yeah, he's strong though. And they used him like a Debo, like, Samuel's Leggett. He was good on them screens down there in South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Them quick little wide receiver screens. Get it, go. Go. and he ran a rock a couple times. He can do it all. I like what they did there, man. I'm not mad at that. I am not mad at that pick, man, with Carolina. I like Xavier Leggett and what he did with Carolina. I like that pickup. And they addressed a lot in the offseason too with some pros, right? Now, Jonathan Brooks, right? You think people thinking like, what are you with Jonathan Brooks? Like, why did they pick him up? Because of the injuries. And we talked about that. We talked about that on the fans' point of view. He was just one of the best running backs. Like, let's call it what it is. Jonathan Brooks was like, if not the best running back in college football last year, even with the injuries. 6 foot, 216, run, catch out of the backfield, do it all rounded between the tackles. He's just a weapon to have on the offense. And he's gonna come in and he's gonna provide that for the Carolina offense. And behind that offensive line, watch for Brooks. Y'all need to pick him up on your fantasy team because he's going to be a problem in the NFL. He's going to get the job done. Believe that. That's why they traded that pick to go get him because they knew if he's there, they grabbed him up. They also went and grabbed Jatavion Sanders. I like Jatavion Sanders, the tight end from Texas. I like what he was putting up. I thought that they needed a red zone target, right? They needed another red zone target, and I think that's where he's going to come in at another. Like when I was talking about the Tip Reeman from not Tip Reeman, I'm sorry, I was the red zone target for the receiver from the Bills. That's what he's going to provide for the Carolina Panthers. Short yardage receiver, red zone guy, Jatavion Sanders. I don't know if he got the breakaway speed that everybody's going to hoop and hollered over like at the tight end position, but he's going to be good in short yardage. All right, for Bryce Young, definitely going to put in that work, and I like that pick. Also, their last pick from Michigan, the linebacker from Michigan. I don't know how Michael Barrett slipped all the way to the last round. Um, but man, listen, I think he got the potential to come in and be a starter. I mean, he got to develop. There's some things he has to learn right now. I just my opinion, he has some. Everybody need things to work on, but he'll come in, he'll put in that work, and I think he'll be all right on that defense. So I think he'll be a good asset to have on that defense, a good backup linebacker. However, that's going to work. They picked him in the 7th round. He's going to have that over his head. Anybody from Michigan on that defense, their mentality is just different, and I would love to have that on my team. But all in all, what the Carolina Panthers did, they didn't address all their needs, and that's the only reason why I gotta give them a B minus. Other than that, I think I would roll with it. They should have addressed all their needs. They didn't. Now we're on to Chicago. Let's go. Chicago. Let's get them likes up. What up, bro? What's going on? I just got I figured that. I figured that there. And that's why I told him I hit that link. There's a link in the chat. Y'all want to jump on real quick? Don't you know what I mean? Whatever. Correct. It's up there. Scroll up in the chat, hit the link. I'll see you pop up and then you can jump in. All right. The Chicago Bears, right? You said the Bears. You like the Bears, man? I mean, look, to be fair about the Bears, look, the Bears, I thought that they should have kept Fields. I'm glad they didn't because he's at the Berg. He's with the Berg. And we're about to get a couple Super Bowls out of him. And I mark my words. I said this before, and I'm gonna keep on saying it. He's going to be the Patrick Mahomes killer one day. He's going to be the guy to do it. Yes, I said it. I said it before, and I'm saying it now. Um, yes, he's going to be that dude. I believe that strongly. I believe in him so much. I kept talking about Justin Fields coming to Pittsburgh even before it was in the talks of him coming to Pittsburgh. If we ever had him, that's all we needed because Pittsburgh is now what you gonna do with our offense. But I'm talking about Chicago. No disrespect to Chicago, grabbing Caleb Williams. I think he's a generational talent that like to paint his nails and wear dresses. Well, you do whatever you want to do off the football field. Don't bring it in my locker room and win football games. We cool. All right. That's what I'm with. All right. Them grabbing Roma Dunzier from Washington, the receiver. A lot of people think he was the best receiver in the draft. They could argue that. Um, I just think there was a lot of receivers in this draft. I like Roma Dunzier because he's smart and his route running. Like he's going to adjust to the NFL correctly because he's smart. His awareness is what I like out of him the best. A lot of other people will say, "Oh, I like the he could do this." No, I like Roman Duzier for his awareness of the field, where he's at on the field, and how he plays upon the field. That's why I like him. All right, and that's what they went after. They grabbed smart players. Look, they went and grabbed a punter from Iowa. They grabbed the offensive tackle from Yale, and they grabbed the edge from Kansas, Austin Booker. And I thought he should be ranked higher than a 75, but we'll talk about that conversation another day. The Chicago Bears, yeah, man. I gotta give them an A minus, man, for what they put up, because they didn't get the defensive tackle what they should have, but they did grab the edge and Austin Booker, but I don't think you could put him as a three technique in the middle of that defense, only because he's 240 pounds. Like, he's really an outside linebacker, 6'5", 240. That's an outside linebacker, but they'll have him rushing off the edge. And yeah, that's good edge weight, a linebacker, outside linebacker edge. That's all it is. Outside linebacker, defensive end hybrid. It's what they're calling the edge nowadays. So, all right, to each his own. Cincinnati Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals. Let's get it. Let's go with the Bengals. Oh my gosh, the Bengals, the Bengals. Man, I like look, y'all know I'm biased, right? And I am. I am. I am. I'm biased. So, but I'm doing a sports show and I have to talk about each and every team as we go. I'm mad at them for grabbing Amari's Mims. I was mad. I tweeted that out. I'm like, yo, why'd y'all grab Mims? Y'all really didn't want him. Y'all knew the Steelers wanted him, and he wanted to go to the Steelers low key. And y'all grabbed him like, all right, we can't let the Steelers get this 6'8", 340-pound monster. Like, we can't let him grab. You can't let him go to the Steelers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because we was highly looking at him. Look, we got our guys, like, no doubt. We got our guys, but Mims was definitely on that list, most definitely. I think we wanted Mims and I think we wanted Mims. We got our guys, like we got our guys, but we wanted Mims on top of everybody. So, but it just didn't work out like that because the Bengals obviously knew that we wanted him. So we wanted Mims, Fueg, I can't pronounce the dude's name that we got, and I don't like butchering it, but from Washington, we got him, and Zach Frazier from Washington. I thought we was going to go after Drake Nugent from Washington, to be honest, but we just didn't, and I'm kind of lost. But the only reason why we didn't go after Drake Nugent was because Zach Frazier was still available. So we was looking at going at stacking our O line with Mims, the guy we got from Washington now, and Zach Frazier. But the Bengals grabbed him. And that's what I was talking about. And they went and got the defensive tackle from Michigan and Chris Jenkins. Oh my goodness. Then they got Jermaine Burton from Alabama, the receiver. Oh my goodness. People is they only giving him a 60. And this is because of the sexy stuff, but he was just a player for Alabama. When they needed him, he came through, man. You gotta watch college football to know. McKinley Jackson, the defensive tackle from Texas A&M. They went and grabbed him up. Then they went and grabbed the tight end Eric All from Iowa. Good defense, good blocker, decent hands, whatever. I don't know what he going to go into, but look, Josh Newton from TCU, the cornerback. They graded him a 54, but I like dude, man. I like the way he played. I like the way he looked on the field. Tanner McClain, the tight end from Arizona, I like the way he was putting in that work. He had hands, got open when he needed to. He ran a lot better than what I thought he would too, for being a white boy. Like, look, I'm not gonna lie. Matt Lee, the center from Miami, they get an A, bro. I cannot sit here and lie, and I can't. The Bengals got their picks. Hopefully, to me, they all probably could fit on the field. That's just my opinion, but realistically, that probably won't happen because they're rookies and there's other guys there that's starting. But they addressed their depth on the Bengals. They got their picks. No, they didn't get their running back, but who needs a running back? You know who's there. Like, who needs that? So they get an A. Even though I'm a Steelers fan, I cannot hate on the Bengals and say the Bengals do not get an A. They get an A from me. All right. So shout out to them. The Browns, the dog pound Browns, man. Listen, they was already decent to me, man. But I to be honest, I don't really like they draft, man. The only one I really like that they grabbed up that I thought maybe that we probably was looking at Zach Zinter, the guard from Michigan. That's like the only guy that I really like out of that draft. I mean, Michael Hall Jr., their first overall pick, right? I seen him get handled a couple times, bro. I seen him get handled, especially in the Penn State game. I seen him get handled that game. He showed problems. I think it even in the Youngstown State game. Look it up. Youngstown State. Look that game up when Ohio played them last year. Even in that game, like that offensive lineman dude was like really on him. So I'm not going to sit there. I mean, I'm not gonna get everybody. They rate him out of 80, and I think he's probably like a 79 or something. I think the Browns like flop for real, yo, with their picks. And to be honest, and I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all. Like the best pick I think they got was Zach Zinter. And that's just me though. That's me. Thrash from Louisville. I didn't really see Thrash play, so I'm not going to evaluate him fairly. Heard some good things about dude, but I didn't really see the evaluation, but what the pros is saying with him, he led in Louisville in reception yards and receiving touchdowns, and was his only season there. He got quick feet. He can win off the release. He's a crafty route runner. He sets good up. He sets people up good in their breaks at the top of his routes. He sells the double move. He drives corners back and then he stops them at he can run a comeback route really good, like nobody else can do it in a draft. So that's what they're saying about him. So when you got to say things like that about a player, I'm probably on point with my evaluation with the Browns draft. And yo, horrible. And I ain't saying this because I'm a Steelers fan, but yo, y'all got a D, bro.
Boo hoo.
That's just me. Y'all flopped. Um, Now, moving on to Dallas Cowboys. That's another team. I'm like, what is y'all doing, bro? Like, what is y'all doing out here? Dallas, like, I mean, Tyler Guyton, okay, okay, y'all went and got him. Big offensive tackle. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. Then they went to Western Michigan and they got another edge, Marshawn Nealon. Like, okay, so what are they trying to do? They trying to get Micah Parsons some breathers. Is Michael Parsons going to be trying to come up the middle because he ain't that light? Or are they going to drop Michael Parsons back a little bit more? They trying to do that. But the picks that I like from them, to be honest, they went after a lot of beef, right? I like the cornerback they grabbed from Wake Forest. Carson, I think his last name is. And they grabbed up, let me look at my notes, man. Okay. And Notre Dame, the linebacker they got from Notre Dame. I like those guys. Now let me see what they ranked him. They ranked him at the linebacker from Notre Dame. They ranked him out of 64. I thought he should have been a lot better than that. I thought he's a little bit more athletic than that on film, especially, but you know how like somebody's 40 time, maybe like slower than what they seem like on the field and play with the game. I thought that he looked like he adjusted, like he read the play quicker than what his speed was. So to me, you know what I mean? You know how that, yeah, does that make sense to y'all? Like somebody's faster in a game than what they are like just running a regular 40. That's what he was, the linebacker from Notre Dame for me. Now Carson, they gave him a 66, but I don't agree with that. I thought the dude from Wake Forest, I mean, come on, man. You gotta come on. He in an ACC. Um, and I think it was just the level. Like I said, a lot of the stuff that these guys look at is the sexy things, how fast he ran, the shuttles, the competition of receivers, and so forth and so on that they went against. And they look at that and then they try to throw a grade together. But I like Carson and I like the linebacker from Notre Dame, other than in the offensive tackle. So I'll be fair and I'll give them a C. Dallas Cowboys. All right, trying to get through this as fast as possible because I got those 32 teams, and I know y'all ain't got the time, and I know I got other things to do too. But I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Make sure that y'all sharing the stream and y'all hitting that like button over and over and over. Keep on hitting and hit that John share it so the algorithm can get me out there. The Denver Broncos. I like that, bro. I like what they did, bro. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I like what Denver did. And people like Bo Nix. I'm like, I if you watch me, then you seen that I was talking about Bo Nix going to Sean Payton and because he's the most NFL ready quarterback. He's older. I mean, look, he already married. You know what I mean? Kids, house, mortgage, all that other stuff. You know what I mean? But look, now all jokes aside, though, I thought he was the most NFL ready. Now Michael Penix is the best pure passer. He's athletic, but Bo Nix was creative on the field to me. He created in the pocket, manipulated the pocket well. um, he knows how to read a defense. He understands what the defense is doing before he gets there. But before he calls his play and where the play's going, Sean Payton and Bo Nix is going to Bo Nix is going to surprise a lot of people. Just put it that way in the NFL. They ranked him out of 87. I think that's fair for his first year. But watch out, man, because Bo Nix and Sean Payton is about to do something crazy in the NFL, man. I like that pick. I do. I really like that pick. And with I seen Bo Nix do, um, just watch the Washington tape. Just him and Michael Penix going back and forth. The classics. Every time they played each other, it was an instant classic. It just was just you could watch both of those games. They just go back and forth, and how Bo Nix just sets things up. Like even in the Colorado game, he's seen his running back right off the muscle. He like, all right, I know I'm about to do a jump pass on this defense. Like the way he reads the defense before the snap and everything. Like just pay attention to what Bo Nix do. A lot of people say he can't make the throws and this, he can't do that. Like you can get better at that. You can get stronger and develop more. And him going to Sean Payton was perfect. That's why I like that pick with Bo Nix. If he probably went anywhere else, I would say it ain't as good as a pick as it is, but he went there. Now they grabbed Jonah Ellis, Troy Franklin, the receiver from Oregon. Ooh, 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 ooh. I don't understand. That's just the 40 time that Xavier Worthy ran. He was the fastest guy in the draft, that receiver. But Troy Franklin is good, good, good. He's a good receiver. And Bo Nix got his top target. Oh man. And then how in the world does Austin Esteman, the running back from Notre Dame, how does he slip to the fifth? I mean, they be disrespecting running backs, bro, don't they? Like, man, he look. I like him. I like the running back from Notre Dame, man. 221 pounds, big running guy, man. Look, I like what Denver did in the draft. I really do. I get him a B plus only because they didn't get more beef. I thought they would focus in on a more offensive lineman, getting some more depth. They didn't get a tackle. They did get a center, but they didn't get a tackle, and that's the only reason why I'm giving them a B plus. But I do like the pick with Bo Nix. Everybody that was, for all the naysayers out there, and that's why, because he's with Sean Payton and Troy Franklin slipping like that. Like he was one of the better receivers, running back. Audric Esteman from Notre Dame, beast mode. Gotta put them up there. Good job, man. Good job for them. Yo, Detroit Lions. Detroit getting Terrion Arnold, and really, that's it for me. That's it. You want me to be honest? That's it for me. I get a C minus. That's it. I mean, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Terrion Arnold, to me, this is my show. This is my opinion. This is how I feel. My hypothesis from the information that I've gathered. It's the only pick that I rock with. Terrion Arnold. That's it. That's what I'm saying. Other than, I mean, they got a cornerback. They got another cornerback from Missouri. I'm not gonna knock on him. He got a little potential, but he does. He played against some top level competition, so I'm not gonna knock on him. But other than that, like, I don't know. I don't know what they was thinking. But look, I could be I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But I gave him my grade and that's it. Moving on, man. I really don't look, if I ain't got nothing really good to say, don't say nothing at all sometimes, right? Ain't that what it is? Ain't that what it is? Green Bay Packers. I want to talk about the Green Bay Packers, man. Why? because I like Jordan Morgan from Arizona. Even though a lot of people don't like what he did, what he was about, you gotta give Green Bay a A off of the simple fact of how many picks they had in the draft, first of all. So they did an excellent job from the room, right? Just because they got so many picks. So out of what the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, they had 11 picks. I saw out of 11 picks, at least 5 of them got a hit. So you gotta give them an A, right? You gotta give them an A, right? You know what I'm saying? Like you just got to, like you just got to. Evan Williams, the safety from Oregon, they grabbed him up. They grabbed Marshawn Lloyd up, the running back from USC. Ooh, ooh, Javon Bullard, safety from Georgia. Ooh, Adrian Cooper, the linebacker from Texas. Ooh, I think it's cheating because they own ain't they don't the NFL like type the NFL and the fans own Green Bay? Like, man, they always they develop like they remind of us. You gotta respect the Packers organization because they just know how to get guys that can be developed and they got high ceilings. So man, look, they got a lot of players, man, and I like what the Packers did. I like what the Packers did in the draft, man. I like that. Nah, I couldn't wait to talk about these guys, man. So who's next after Green Bay? After you talk about a G, will we go to H Houston, H Town, man? H Town's finest, dog. They went off in the draft, bro. They went off. I like they picks. I thought Cade Stover. I thought they was a little bit higher on Cade Stover, but they ain't have to jump to get him. Now they got Kamari from the Bulldogs. Lassiter. They got Kamari Lassiter from the Bulldogs. Okay. That's why I was like, all right, they got him right there as an 85. I think because he's a little bit more physical and he might need to fall back on that a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? But I like that. They and who else they got? Cade Stover. That's another pick that I like. Cade Stover. I like that pick from Ohio State, the tight end. Man, him and CJ Stroud about to tear something up, man. He got 2 good tight ends now, 2 good receivers. I'm excited to see what he about to do in year 2. So as y'all know, he played like if you don't know, he played running back in high school. Cade Stover did, so he know how to run after the catch. He know how to tuck that ball. He know how to run with it. He just got a knack for the field, like. And then Jarrard Jordan, the running back from Louisville, bro, too. And they ranked him at, I think they ranked him at a 48 because he's what 5'10" and he's 193. But don't sleep on that. He's nasty. And then they got the offensive tackle from Michigan with their last pick. I like what Houston did. Houston already had a good season, and then they just had a good draft on top of that. Another one, man. I give them an A because I don't want to be glazing. But yo, they're good, bro. They good, bro. I liked what they did. I like what they did, and I'm rocking with it. I'm rocking with it. None other, man. So, man, we got to get them likes up out there, man. People dropping up out of the room. That's all good, though. Make sure y'all sharing as y'all going up out of here so more people could jump up in here. I appreciate the views and everything, man. Let me all right, so Houston, I'm almost done. Try to fly through these last ones. So we done with Houston. Going to the Colts, the Indianapolis Colts. Let's go, man. I like okay. Latu, I like him from UCLA. I like what he did last year. For UCLA, I like the way he played. He was fast to me, really fast off the ball, speed rushers like next level. Um, they went and grabbed Adonai Mitchell, the wide receiver from Texas. This receiver draft was huge, was like really a lot of talent out of the receivers, and I'm sure y'all heard that not only from the professionals, but it was there. It was there definitely. And especially if you watch college football, you would say that a lot of these guys, right? The offensive tackle Goncalves from Pittsburgh, they show love to the hometown. I like him. Even though Pittsburgh didn't really do nothing. But look, I'm about to tell you about this guy real quick from Oregon State. A lot of people may not probably paid attention to him. Maybe y'all did because the Pac-12 was popping. Anthony Gold, 5'8", 174 pounds. He plays a lot stronger than that. And I think I think he's gonna be an asset for like a slot or kickoff return. You know, the kickoff return, he's a flyer, tough individual, and I really like that pick for the Colts. I do. I ain't gonna lie. And them black unis just hard. And for that, I give him a B- on the draft, bro. Jaguars, the Jaguars. Let's go. Jacksonville, bro. And my son loves the Jaguars. Brian Thomas Jr. with the first pick, with their first round pick, man. 6'3", 209 LSU. You know he about to put in that work, dog. Then they went and grabbed the defensive tackle, man, Mason Smith from LSU. Then they turned around and grabbed Jerry Jones, the quarterback from Florida State University. Then they got Javon Foster, the Missouri offensive tackle. You know what? And then Jordan Jefferson from LSU, a defensive tackle. They went and got they beat for him, bro. They got it. Then they got Kellen Robinson, backup running back from Texas. I think that I don't know what they was really thinking with that, but then they ended off grabbing with their last pick. Their last pick, the Jaguars' last pick was from Texas Tech, Miles Cole. Now you like, all right, they ranked him out of 61, but that's for your last round pick, a 61, and then that's slighting, dude. Watch him on film. Watch him on film, please. Please, just y'all watch him on film. Miles Cole, Texas Tech. Look at the film. Um, from Texas Tech, and then y'all can then you come back and then comment underneath, and then comment underneath. For that to be a last pick and how you ending off the draft, oh yeah, they scary, bro. They scary. Yeah, they a team that get an A+ from me, bro. I give them an A+, straight up. Yeah, they did good in the draft. I think they did very good picking up their needs and the guys that they got. The Kansas City Chiefs, man. I just don't know how you got to give, man. Let me get them a round of applause, man. For them to be winning Super Bowls and for Patrick Mahomes just to make everybody great and for us to just be graced with watching the greatness of Patrick Mahomes and being, just us being able to watch that again. Like, I'm so spoiled. Not only did I get to see Tom Brady, but now I get to see Patrick Mahomes go to work, even though we got the Patrick Mahomes killer on the Steelers now, but still, like, man, Xavier Worthy, he's just a flyer. He can catch. Tyreek Hill, they got Tyreek Hill back. That's what they just got back out of him. But he in his own way. Then you like, how did so they like, okay, y'all want to go grab all the sexy picks. I'm gonna go and get me a offensive tackle that I could develop. I'm gonna go grab the Kingsley dude from BYU. That's who I'm gonna grab. All right, y'all want to get the sexy picks. That's who I'm gonna grab up. And that's cool. And that's cool. So you like, okay, because that's what they do, right? Because not only do they just develop players, they get players. But then what really blew me, and I really forgot about, dude. I really forgot about him for real as a tight end. And I don't know how, because I think I'm just so high on Jaheim Bell. But man, they went and grabbed Jared Wiley from TCU. I'm like, oh my goodness. Look, I know y'all, but if you want me to say that, if any, like, he reminds me uh, of Travis Kelce. He does. He does, yo. He does. I ain't gonna lie. He reminds me of him. It's like they got two of them on one team now. Like, oh, like they be like, how? Like, I mean, but I guess you could just give props to the development of these programs. Then they go and grab the center from from Penn State, man. Kamal Hayden, cornerback, man. Man, look, Jared Wiley, man. I don't think last year was a year that popped off, man, really. But he's been around since they went to the Natty, and he is a problem. He's a matchup nightmare for real, bro. He knows how to use his body, his speed. I like what the Chiefs did. Um, But look, they didn't address all their needs, but those picks that I like, and I think that's the only three picks that they really honestly need to hit on. Really not even with the offensive line, just two of those guys out of everybody they draft. Jared Wiley, because we know Kelsey's on the back end of his career. Let's just be honest. And then getting Worthy, I mean, because they got a receiver that can't race cars on a racetrack. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to race it in a neighborhood with all that money you got. Like you just can't pay somebody that got a just ignorant. But anyway, yeah. So they get a C for me, man. But I like them picks though. The Chargers went and grabbed up Joe Holt. Joe Holt, like, I think we honestly got the best offensive lineman, and I'm not saying that just being biased. I'm saying that because of me watching college football last year. Joe O played pretty good, but he struggled with some kind of with some guys, especially speed was one of his things because he was easy to recover with that because he's so tall, so long with a long arm, so he was able to get guys. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody had a little bit of power, then he struggled with that. But he's a solid tackle, and rightfully so. I guess you can argue that he could be the number one pick, but the best offensive lineman. I meant not the number one pick, but the best offensive lineman. I'm not mad at him from going there. I thought that he would probably go Brock Bowers. I don't, because Brock Bowers could block too, and it being a tackle on the edge, but he really went and got a true tackle, and I'm not mad at him for that. Lad McConkey, receiver from Georgia. You know what? I'm gonna give them a B plus, but I really want to give them an A plus only because he was in college football last year, so he knows a lot of these guys. You know what I'm saying? That came out into the draft. So I cannot sit here and say that Harbaugh do not know what he's doing. So I'll give him an A minus because he knows what he's picking. He knows what he's picking. I'll take the B plus back. I'll give him an A minus. He knows what he's picking. Period. Even if we don't understand the guys that he picked, Jim Harbaugh for the Chargers, if we don't understand that, just know and trust that he evaluated all this talent. He was in college last year, national championship winner, by the way. Shout out to him. And he knows the talent that was in college football. He knows it. Period. Let me end with that. The Los Angeles Rams. Shout out to the Rams. What up, Chris Brown out there? I know you be watching me, cuz what's going on? The Rams, man, your Rams, Jared Verse. You got Jared Verse. I know you a big Florida State fan on top of that. So I know CB happy he got him. I was happy to see to see the Rams grab him, but I was more happy about Blake Corum. I'm surprised they be disrespecting running backs nowadays, man. I swear. Blake Corum is better than the grade that ESPN is giving him. They're only giving him an 80 grade, but he's way better than that. Way better than that. I'll argue with anybody and stand on it. But to me, honestly, he is the best running back that came out of the draft this year. Blake Corum went to the Los Angeles Chargers. To me, he is the best running back that came out of the draft. Just to me. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm not against short guys because I'm a short guy myself. I'll say that again. But Blake Corum just played bigger than that. And when he goes behind that offensive line up there and the Rams got a really young team. So when the Rams get hot, watch out because they're going to be hot for years because they got a young team behind that. But in a draft with the Rams dead, I gotta give them a D minus, bro. Even grab it, and I know you like, wow, I got you. Look, they really didn't need that much. But when I'm talking draft grades, them getting addressing their needs, and they didn't do that in the draft. They didn't address what they needed in the draft. And to me. But I do like the picks of Jared Verse and Blake Corum. I do like those picks, and I will, talk about that. But yeah, I don't think that they addressed everything. We could talk about it if y'all want to. Las Vegas Raiders grabbing Brock Bowers, Jason Powers Johnson, and Devonshire from Pittsburgh. I like those picks. I like what the Raiders did. Um, they got a hit with those picks. Their last overall pick, getting Devonshire, the cornerback from Pittsburgh. I think that he's aggressive, especially in the underneath zone too. When he gets to play that way, man, watch out. Watch out. I think he's a better zone receiver than man. That's just to me, though. That's just to me. He holds it down well, good tackler. And that's if you go in your draft off like that, grabbing somebody guy like that, yeah, it's a problem. Jackson Powers Johnson, I think, was another center that we was looking at in Pittsburgh. So look, I'm not mad at that pick. I think he's a real good center. I think that that's gonna help them out a lot up there. And Brock Bowers was just they say the experts say he's a generational tight end. So I can't wait to see what Brock Bowers do. He did look good in college. It just looked like he just knew how to get open. He didn't he looked slower to me on tape, but he just looked like he just knew what to do. He just knew, like, I know what to do with this. I know what to do against this defense, and that's what's going to make him better. His overall awareness of the game and being able to catch. So look, the Raiders though, but honestly, y'all didn't grab y'all QB because y'all stole it because that was stolen. Yeah, they stole him. The Falcons stole the QB. They was definitely looking at Michael Penix. Um, but I ain't mad at them for doing that. However my co-host says, but they didn't get their QB. But look, we don't know what Gardner Minshew's going to do. But I gotta give him a C plus though, dog. I got to, even with those picks, dog. I got to, dog. That's just me, though. That's just me. That's just me. That's just me. Somebody else might give him something better, but Truckin Chubbzy's just not gonna do it. Let's get them views up, get them likes up, man. Jump back up, jump back up. Miami Dolphins. Let's talk about the Dolphins real quick before, man. Look. I had to give him a moment of silence. I mean, Chop Robinson, the edge from Pittsburgh. From Plain State, not Pittsburgh. That's and I like Muhammad Kamara, the edge from Colorado State University. I like what I saw. Flashes of him, got potential, high ceiling, if you ask me. But Miami, what is that? Yeah. That's my first F. Let's just say that. Yeah, that's me. That's Truckin Chubby. That's Truckin Chubby. That's just me. But look. Let me be fair. Let me be fair. I don't think the Dolphins needed much out of the draft, if that makes sense. The Dolphins really don't need much out of the draft. They're right there. The Dolphins are literally a couple plays away from being in the AFC Championship. So let's be fair about that. Was the Dolphins, the draft don't got nothing to do with the Dolphins as a team. This is only my draft grades and my draft critique. The Dolphins as a team is a problem. Let me be clear on that. The Dolphins as a team is a problem. They did not need much out of the draft. They did not. They will surprise me. I'm sure they will. They went and got some beef, and that's what all they needed. All right. So let's just keep keep that in mind now. Gotta put those disclaimers out here. Gotta do that. But with this, we keep it moving. All right. Thank y'all for rocking out. The Minnesota Vikings. Okay, now we getting somewhere. We getting there. I look, man. I'm not gonna sit here and JJ McCarthy. I talked about him big, and if we didn't get Justin Fields for some odd reason, I wouldn't have been mad if we would have went after JJ McCarthy. I wouldn't have been mad at that. He's the biggest mystery, and they really mean that because they're like, he can make the throws. His unselfishness, the way that he leads a football team, he just want to win. He don't care. He don't care about looking good while he doing it. And that means a lot because that means that he's not going to pull a Lamar Jackson in the playoffs last year. What do we mean by that? Lamar Jackson's strong suit was running around, getting them extra yards, doing all that. He gave into the hype of everybody. Lamar Jackson needs to stand. No, he don't need to stay in the pocket. Lamar need to play like how Lamar Jackson play, and they run through the Chiefs like nothing else. If he play like how he got to play, they are in the Super Bowl right now. Period. Period. Don't let the media and what people are saying get you out of your game. And JJ McCarthy's not going to do that. He's going to stick to the game plan. If the game plan say dump the ball 1,000 times to Debo Samuels on a 3-yard slant or a just drag route, he's going to do that all game long. And let's not forget that JJ McCarthy will scoot on you too. He will scoot on you. So I mean, what are we talking about? And when you got a quarterback like that, and when you got that mentality, like I'm not going to let the media hype me up. JJ McCarthy needs to throw 40-yard bombs, 35-yard bomb. He ain't hearing that. He like, nah. What I need to do is win. And if I got to hand the ball off every play, I'm going to do that. If I leave this game with my stat 0, but my running back got 200 yards and 4 touchdowns, and I only threw a 3-yard touchdown in the game, but it was the game winner. And that's what I like about JJ McCarthy. To be honest, that's what I like about him. Period. Just that attitude, that bravado that he has. He's not going to get caught up in the hype. And I don't think that, and I know Lamar learned that too now. But and that's what I really like about JJ McCarthy. And the Minnesota Vikings and what they did in the draft. I know the experts saying that they didn't address all their needs. And I don't, when I'm looking at it, them grabbing their top 3 picks to me is what really I'm gonna give them a B based off of that. JJ McCarthy, Dallas Turner, and Kyrie Jackson, a cornerback from Oregon. Man, just watch the tape on Kyrie Morgan. 6'4". Like, just watch him, bro. He like, come on. And he gonna be going against 2 of the best receivers in the NFL, arguably. Like, let's just call it what it is. So I got to give him a B on that. All right. New England, the Patriots. Shout out to the Patriots for drafting Joe Milton. That's another quarterback that I did a video on, Joe Milton. And I know everybody want to talk about Drake May, but we better be watching for Joe Milton to win that spot. Their 6th-round draft pick. They went and got 2 quarterbacks. But look, Joe Milton the third, he might get the job over Drake May. And the reason why, to me personally, I didn't, Drake May, Sam Howell tried to play a lot of hero ball last year. A lot of people like, oh, Commanders fan, he garbage. He threw 21 interceptions. He just tries to play a lot of hero ball last year. His offensive line was trash. He was trying to make something happen. He just wanted to win, and he was playing a little impatient. But I think Sam Howell learned that. He's going to go back up, but Sam Howell will be back, and he will be a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. He definitely will be, without a doubt. In my opinion, Sam Howell will be a top 10 quarterback in the NFL once he gets back to a starting position. Then that's what people forget about Drake May. He played behind Sam Howell. I mean, when you're in college, the better quarterback gets it. Sometimes we know when you come in as a true freshman, you don't get it, but he played behind Sam Howell. So I knew, when that made sense to me, like, why would the Commanders draft another quarterback from the same school, but they just got rid of Sam Howell, and Sam Howell was the starting quarterback over Drake May? I wouldn't have been mad at the Patriots to just go against the grain and say, you know what? I'm getting Michael Penix. Period. I don't care what nobody say. I'm getting him. But they went and got Drake May. I'm not mad at that. Drake May, I mean, he's another Sam Howell to me. To me. And I think he'll play good. I think he went to a good organization. But look, key thing though with Drake May, and really why I like this pick, and I like it for Jacoby Brissett is going to be he's going to be a coach one day. He's either going to be a quarterback coach, offensive coordinator in the NFL, or he's going to be a head coach at a college level. Jacoby Brissett, everywhere he goes, if the younger quarterback listened to the tutelage of Jacoby Brissett, he will be a great quarterback. And this is his latter years, and this is the same thing that Brian Leftwich did before he became an OC. He bounced around the NFL and played mentor to younger quarterbacks, and that's what Jacoby Brissett does. He's very smart, And I hope that Drake May soaks up everything that Jacoby Brissett is going to teach him, because if he does, then Drake May will have a phenomenal first year with the Patriots. If he don't, then we know why, because he's not listening to Jacoby. Um, them getting Jalen Polk, the receiver from Washington. I thought that he was a very good asset to have. The mentality that both of those Washington receivers had was they just want to win. I'm gonna run my route so you get open on your route, and I love that about the teamwork that they had, that mentality. And long as they keep that, they're going to be great. And then we go ahead to they got what Candace Wild, they got a offensive lineman from Penn State, Javon Baker, the receiver from UCF. I think that's a sleeper pick. Most definitely. I thought that I think he's better than a 74. Um, but look, Joe Milton, 6th round pick. Look, that's what we need to be worried of. That's what they needed. I think he might be incompetent. Look, say what you want. Say what you want. I look, he's very athletic, got the arm talent. He's going to go up there and compete for that starting quarterback position for the Patriots. Now, by all means, like, by the politics of things, they gotta let Drake May start. By the politics of things, they got to, because they spent the first round, 3rd pick on Drake May. But best believe Drake May, if he don't get it right, Joe Milton's there. He's there from Tennessee. And look, and I made a video on him when I was talking about the Steelers, because he was a quarterback that I knew that was going to slip all the way in the 6th round. And if we didn't get, to be honest, I think if we didn't get Justin Fields, JF, we probably would have went and grabbed Milton in the later rounds. I think so. I honestly do. Jaheim Bell, the best. I think, to me, man, look, he's up there, man. Tight end. He played running back. He's a weapon. He's a bigger version of Connor Hayward for our Pittsburgh Steelers. He is the Swiss Army knife for the New England Patriots. He could run the ball, play fullback, play tight end. He could block. I mean, look, I like the pick, and I like what the Patriots did, man. So I'm giving the Patriots a solid A. Yes, I am. Yes, a Pittsburgh Steelers fan is about to give the Patriots a solid A. It is happening. It is happening. He said, I don't think they address their needs either. Drake May. Oh, Drake May. Nah, Drake May. Bro, in Boston, they not feeling another brother running the show after Cam Smooth. Cam blew it. I don't. Look, he said, "Bro, I'm in Boston. They not feeling another brother running the show after Cam. He blew it. Like, so. With that being said, bro, I think, to be honest, Cam Newton was in the latter years of his career. They wanted to sell some tickets. Brady's out the door. You got to bring in something, right? This is a business at the end of the day. Cam is a big showman, right? Big showman. They just want to sell some tickets to get him through the door. You know, they didn't really want to bring Cam Newton in to win a lot of games. They didn't plan on doing that. They knew he was in the latter years of his career, and they just wanted to sell some tickets. So let me get Cam Newton up here. Same thing I feel like they doing in Colorado right now with Dion. Like he's right. We seen it. We don't know if he's really a good developmental type coach, but he's going to sell tickets nonetheless. We got to be relevant. We got to be in the news every day. We got to be relevant. Got to get this program out of the shadows. Type of do. So I think that's what they was doing with Cam, in my opinion. But I like your analysis too. They not, but if Joe Milton is the better quarterback in Boston, and he got the potential to be, and they'll give him the job. They'll give him the job. I believe so. Patriots fans want to win too at the end of the day, and I think if he's just a better quarterback and he earned the position, I think he should get it. I like that though. I like that. Appreciate it. New Orleans. The New Orleans Saints. Let's talk about them. Let's talk about the Saints. Give me a second here, real quick. Oh man, the Saints. Who did they grab up right now? Let me see. I got them in my notes, but I'm trying to look at my emails too right now. I'll be getting messages in there and all that. So they grabbed Fuega from Oregon State, Kool-Aid McKinstry, the cornerback from Bama, Spencer Rattler, the quarterback, Bub Means, the wide receiver from Pitt, Jalen Ford, the linebacker from Texas. They had a plus type of draft. I don't care what nobody say. They did. They did, bro. Let's call it what it. If we're gonna be fair and we're gonna keep it a buck out here, and we really gonna keep it a buck, the Saints had an A+ draft. Yeah, they had an A+ draft. Talise Fuega getting the only thing they didn't get was a guard. That's it. And that's according to the experts. Right? But I think they hit on all of them. I think all of them is going to hit in the NFL. All of them picks. All five of them picks that I picked, and that's not even all of them. All the guys, let me see. That's not all the guys that they picked, but that's all the guys that I wrote down in my notes because I think all them guys is going to hit in the NFL. They're all going to translate over. Yes. Jalen Ford, the linebacker from Texas for the New Orleans Saints. Bud Means, the receiver from Pitt. Spencer Rattler, Kool-Aid McKinstry from Bama, the cornerback, Fuega, the offensive lineman from Oregon State. I think all of them is going to hit in the NFL. And I really like Spencer Rattler. I really, really, really like Spencer Rattler. I do. I know he faced more adversity than anybody. He come from being the number one ranked quarterback in the nation when he came out. I think it was in 2018 when he was going into college. He was going to Oklahoma. He's going to Oklahoma University. He was the number one quarterback, top quarterback. Nobody was better than him when he came out of high school, right? He goes there. Things don't work out as a true freshman. Here comes this Caleb Williams guy starting over me, right? It was a Caleb, I believe it was Caleb Williams took his job a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because Spencer messed up, went through some adversity, and I don't know what his situation was, just speculating. But he faced adversity. Things didn't go the way he wanted to go. He transferred over to South Carolina. And his college career did not match his potential. However, I always said this about Spencer Rattler because I've been a big Spencer Rattler fan ever since I've seen QB1 on Netflix. I have, and I've been following him ever since nonstop. Spencer Rattler got humbled a little bit when he went to college. He faced that adversity. He's grown so much since college. He understands. And him being a 5th-round pick, he like, all right, it's go time. Spencer Rattler was a pro. He had a pro mentality from the jump. He needs to be playing with professionals. Spencer Rattler is going to surprise the heck out of the NFL because now he has professional receivers that are there to catch balls. Period. Your job is to get open. My job is to get you the ball professional style. Ain't no more we messing up in college. Professional offensive lineman. Watch what I tell you. Spencer Rattler gonna be nice. He's going to be nice. I really like Spencer Rattler. Undersized, 6 foot, 2'11", but I really like Spencer Rattler, man. I do. I really like his bravado, everything about him, man. I do. Like and just him to bounce back like that. I couldn't imagine coming out of high school. I'm the man getting smacked like, oh, I ain't the man like I thought I was. Then he still bounced back, still got better, gained some weight, you know what I'm saying? Hit the weight room, whatever. And now, yeah, I think I wouldn't have been mad. I ain't mad at them for that. He gonna be nice. We gonna see. Yeah, Drew Brees 2.0 down there in New Orleans. So yeah, I like what they did, man. I really like what they did because they gonna hit. They gonna hit on them guys. So that's why I gave them an A plus. Malik Neighbors for the Giants. I look, you know what? I don't really like what the Giants did in the draft, bro. I ain't gonna hold y'all. The Giants, they didn't address all their needs. Not at all. Not at all. Malik Neighbors, I like that pick. I like Tyler Nubin from Minnesota, but I didn't think the Giants needed a whole defense like that. I thought they would go after weapons. I didn't think they needed that much defensive help, but obviously they did. I'm not a professional. You know what I mean? I thought that they would just go after just heavy wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? That's what I thought they would do. I thought they would go heavy in that department. and they didn't. And that's why I don't like that. We went defense. Their defense was statistically better than ours. Like, let me keep it a being. Like, I didn't think that. I don't know. So I like the mid-league neighbors pick for the Giants. I do, and Tyler Nubin. Other than that, I don't, and I didn't even think they needed Tyler Nubin. I think they just went with like the best available. Like, are we gonna go with the best available defender right now in the second round? Like, but why? Why? Why not get another receiver? Why not go get another top one? Why not go get another one of them top receivers? He needs weapons up there. Danny, look, man, say what y'all want about Danny Dimes, man. I like Daniel Jones, man. The reason why I like Daniel Jones is because he is accurate. He is a accurate quarterback. Watch what I'm telling you. Get that man time, and he going to light it up. They know what they paid him to do, and I like Danny Dimes. I'm not a big Giant fan, no, but Danny Dimes, he get a bad rep, and people give him a hard time. But let's just call it what it is. He be having the best completion percentage in the NFL. He be in the top 10, even with a bad year like he had. Like, just look at the stats. Y'all go look up the stats. Danny Dimes is not a bad quarterback for real. He's really not. He's really not. And if you give him weapons, give him weapons, and then he gonna light it up. But if they don't give him no weapons, but they gave him elite neighbors, now y'all gotta go and get some more veteran receivers. Y'all gotta start going looking at Tyler Boyd's and everybody else in the NFL, because y'all gotta get him some weapons. Get him some weapons and watch him go to work. Watch him go to work. Watch what I tell y'all. Y'all heard it first here. Yeah, y'all heard it first here. We on one. We on one. The Giants. All right. We going to the Jets. 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 Let's talk about it. Let's talk about them. Olufashinu from Penn State, right? Oh, and they addressed their needs. There's some picks that I don't know about. The Toronto Argonauts. They got a pick from there, from a cornerback. Like, are you like, who's like, what's that? Like a cornerback? Then they went and got Isaiah Davis, running back from South Dakota State. Like, who's that? 6 foot, 218. All right, yeah. Like, look, I ain't knocking that, because we went and got somebody from there too. They know how to develop talent in South Dakota, North Dakota State, South Dakota State. There ain't nothing out there but flat earth and cornfields. So football, you want to play football, you want to train hard, go there, because there ain't nothing else to do. They strip club probably got corn in it, probably got crops in that mug in the corner. Yo, I be cutting up sometimes, man. Hold up, man. Let me sip my coffee on that one. But look, look, they went after people that a lot of people don't know about. And I like that. They went after talent. They went after talent, developing talent, and they addressed their needs that way. So besides Olufashinu and oh yeah, and they went and grabbed Jordan Travis too, the quarterback. Oh my God, Jordan Love. What's up with the Jordans getting to sit behind Aaron Rodgers? The Jordans get to sit behind Aaron Rodgers and watch from Aaron Rodgers. Oh my goodness, I wouldn't even be rushing to start it from Jordan Travis, right? Why? Because you get to watch Aaron Rodgers go to work. I'm gonna sit back and watch one of the great. We don't agree with what Aaron Rodgers be doing all the time, do we? know? But he's one of the greatest quarterbacks in the NFL. You know what I mean? So you get to learn from him, and then they got a whole bunch of talent to develop, and they addressed their needs all but tight end, right? A lot of people thought they would go Brock Bowers. That's what they thought they would go, but it didn't work out that way. They didn't grab him, but that's because the Raiders got him. If things would have worked out, if the Raiders would have got the quarterback, then I think that the Jets would have no doubt got Brock Bowers. They would have addressed that need. However, you can get a tight end for right now, somebody come in and play bridge or whatever, or you know what I'm saying, get somebody that's coming in able to develop. But I gotta give him a solid A. Like I give them a solid A. All right, Jets. Even though. Now I am so excited to talk about Philly, and I know they on PA because it's a PA thing. And my wife like the Eagles, but Philly, I am excited to talk about these Eagles and what these Eagles did in the draft, bro. How do you get the top 2 cornerbacks or the top 2 DBs in the draft back to back, and you're the Eagles? How does that happen? Quinyon Mitchell out of Toledo, Cooper DeJean out of Iowa. Like how does that happen? How like the Eagles? The Eagles do, man. Hey, look, low key, the Eagles be on one. Then they got Jalen Hurts, and then Jalen Hurts wound up being one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL. Nobody thought he was. Cooper DeJean went in the 2nd round. What? I mean, he went early 2nd, but what? Do y'all know what that boy, man? Have y'all seen Cooper DeJean play for Iowa? Man, listen, man. They got him ranked as a 92 and a 90. They got both of their cornerbacks, both of their future cornerbacks in the top 2 rounds, bro. In the top, like with their first 2 picks. Crazy work. No, they didn't address all their needs. And all their need, the only thing they didn't address was their offensive tackle. But other than that, and then they went and grabbed up an edge from Houston Christian. You like who that? Will Shipley from Clemson, Jeremiah Trotter, Clemson, Nia Smith, Texas A&M. Then they went and got then they said Trevor Keegan, an offensive guard from Michigan. Then they grabbed big old Johnny Wilson, big old 6'7", 231-pound receiver from Florida State. Like he was just like, give me that. So could you say they didn't address it? Like, all right, so what do we talk about? Because you could use him as a tight end or as a receiver. Because people like he don't got receiver speed. Okay, put him out tight end. He's strong enough. Ain't big enough. Megatron big. Like I like what the Eagles did. A+ from the Eagles, and that's not only because it's my wife's team. Nah, it's not. It's because they really did a great job. They picked good, and they needed that. Now on. Y'all know what's next after Philly. We're going to alphabetical order, dog. What is we talking about? What is we talking about? The Pittsburgh Steelers. Y'all know what time it is. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Y'all know what time it is, man. Come on, man. Big old Troy. We got big old Troy Fernando. Boy, Troy Fernando. But they say we didn't address the tackle formation. We didn't. Zach Frazier from West Virginia, Roman Wilson, the receiver from Michigan. They like, who going to place the Deontay Johnson? We gonna see. He is a sleeper. Roman Wilson is definitely a sleeper. Definitely a sleeper receiver. I think he's gonna come in and provide for us. Y'all gonna see. Peyton Wilson, linebacker from North Carolina State. Then we went out to the cornfields and got big old Mason McCormick, the big old guard. 6'4", 309. Big boy. Let's go. Big old Logan Lee, you know what I'm saying, from Iowa. Let's go. Come on with it. Then we got Ryan Watts, cornerback from Texas, 6'3", 208. Man, and they ranked them low. I don't get into them ranks. And I ain't being biased. Y'all know we got an A in the draft. Stop playing. And I ain't saying A+, I'm saying a solid A because, and I'm biased. But I know we got an A+. I want y'all to put it down there. I want y'all to tell me we got an A+ to Steelers. But I just want to say A, just because I don't want to sound like a whole absolute, even though I tell y'all I'm biased, I don't want to sound like a whole absolute homer type of bias dude. We got an A. We picked up what we needed to pick up in the draft. Went crazy in the off season. So if you put our off season with our draft, man, I don't even want to talk about it, man. I don't know. I just don't want the thing I don't want with my Steelers right now is for us to all get our expectations super high. We have to remember these guys have to come in and build continuity with the team. They have to come in and build chemistry. No matter all this talent that we got on the Pittsburgh Steelers fans out there, we have to remember that these guys are new to the team. They're new to the way it is in Pittsburgh, getting the chemistry down. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? So we have to remember that, and it's going to take some time to gel together. The season might start off a little bit bumpy. We know they professionals and they should come in like that, but we know it's not like that. You got to build chemistry with your guys, especially on the offensive line. I got to learn your weaknesses, your strengths. I got to learn how fast you is off the line when you pull, so forth and so on. And we have to keep that in mind when we talking about the expectations. Even though we got Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, we have to be patient because we have the team to win. We have the team to win. We just have to be patient. If it does not come this year, do not start throwing these players under the bus, especially Justin Fields. Because if Justin Fields leaves the Steelers and we let him go somewhere else, y'all not gonna see this behind me no more. I promise y'all that. I promise y'all that. I promise y'all. There's no reason to get rid of him ever, ever. Lock him down. Get that man that contract. Lock him down for the future. If we got to pay Russell Wilson, I ain't too keen on that. But anyway, we got the team, we got the talent. Just stay patient, Steeler fans, because it's coming. It's coming. I'm telling y'all, it is coming. Our time is coming. Just be patient out there. That's all I got to say. Because we are going to be going. Because let me tell y'all this, Steeler fans. He said, question. Do you factor a player in weather conditions to see if they would be a good fit? I do. Sometimes, I mean, like, I really never really thought about that. Cuban Dumas for real. For do you factor a player in weather conditions to see if they would be a good fit? Weather conditions. I think that's how they pick their players in Pittsburgh. I honestly do believe that. That's why we get a lot of players from like when they go to skill positions, yeah, we'll try to get it some speed down from south, because that's where a lot of the speed is. Let's just be honest, Georgia, Alabama, and so forth and so on. But if we can get a guy out of, Michigan with that same speed, I think he'll rather go with the northern states because we don't have a dome. But and that is a conversation, Cuban Dumas, that I want to say that I really want to have. And I think that it's better for the fanfare. Because we had a game with the Arizona Cardinals in Pittsburgh that got delayed because of the rain was so bad. It was messing up visibility for the players and for the fans. You couldn't watch it. The rain was coming down so hard. And that's product of not having a dome. Um, we had Three River Stadium, which I believe was a dome that opened up, but I believe that's just the new way of going. And it makes it, and when you're a professional, come on, like they're professionals. Basketballs are players playing gyms, right? You know what I mean? Um, and football should have domes. I believe a lot of teams should have domes. If not a dome, if you want to feel the natural weather, the breeze of the game or whatever, at least have a canopy. Get some kind of canopy to get some fresh air in there. Some swirling for the win, a hard field goal, stuff like that. But it, being exposed to the elements like that in football as a professional, to me, is just I don't get it. You know what I mean? Like they graduated, they went through high school playing outside in the weather, college in the weather, and I know only when I say this to old school guys, they like, no, keep them in the weather, but to these sitting in them cold ass seats and and you sitting there shivering watching the game, like what is the point? What is the point? Like, come on, like the professionals. And that's injuries happen like that. A lot of injuries happen when it's cold, like, pulling hamstrings, non-contact injuries. Too hot and too cold brings that. To answer your question, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, but let's move on. And I think that should happen. Seattle Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks. What are we talking about? What is they doing? Ah, Brian Murphy. They got Brian Murphy, the defensive tackle from Texas. Okay. Um. 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 I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I thought they would go with a lot more defensive players. I thought they needed a lot more help on the defense side of the ball. If you ask me, I thought the offense was decent. I didn't think they needed some help on the offense. I thought, to me personally, from watching the eye test, but who am I? And I think they had a horrible draft. They're another one of them teams that's down in the dumps. D minus for the. I don't know what they was thinking. I don't know, but look, will everybody hit in the draft? Being fair, no, not all teams will hit. Not everybody's gonna hit in the draft. No, it's just no. Not all these players are gonna hit and be successful, and these players might turn out to be successful in their set positions. But like I said, I thought that they would go more defense. I like Brian Murphy. They did get a cornerback, but they needed to focus on defense. And they went with a lot of offensive linemen, guards, tackles, tight ends, like line. I thought that's where they would go. The depth. I think that was their weakness was the depth on the defensive linemen. You know what I mean? So I don't know. So yeah, I don't like what they did at all in the draft. To say the least. San Francisco 49ers. Let me grab this. I like with the San Francisco 49ers. Some of their picks was good, some of them was all right. All right, but look, I like what they did overall. I like Ricky Parcel, the receiver from Florida. I liked him coming out. I thought he played with a lot of heart. He was a lot faster than what I thought he was going to be with a 4.4. They went and grabbed another cornerback, and you know what? The running back that they grabbed in the wide receiver they grabbed in the fourth round, Jacob Coing from Arizona. I thought this was a big receiver draft, right? And I think that him being picked up in the fourth round and by them and what they already have there, right? What they already have there. The only thing they didn't get was a center. That's the only thing they didn't pick up that was on their needs list, but I really honestly truly like what the San Francisco 49ers did. I do. Picking up who they picked up. I don't know if Debo Samuels is going to be there. We're hearing, or if Ayuk's going to be there. We don't know this. And, we hearing that they might win out. And if that's the case, that will hurt them a lot. That will hurt them a lot. And then if you base that, and I can't, because somebody could probably flip it on me and say, well, if they lose Ayuk and if they lose their other receiver, then their draft was really horrible then, right? Well, as of right now, their draft ain't horrible because them guys are still there. Okay. So based off of those guys still being there, Debo Samuels and Ayuk still being with the 49ers, their draft, I have to give it an A. Okay. I have to. I got to because of their picks and their needs. The only thing they didn't address was center, but I don't think they really needed one. All right. Quarterback, I argue with that. All right. Let's go. Let's go. He said, I'm looking for an AFC shit. That's what you're looking for. I don't want you to get your hopes up high though. Like you know what I'm saying? I like as a Steeler fan, I really don't I don't want us to set ourselves up like that, because if it don't happen, then what do we do? What do we do? If we don't go to the AFC ship, then what do we do as a Steeler fan? Like, what do we say? Who do we blame that on? Who do we blame the season on? Because we can't blame it on, because we got the talent. We got the talent. You know what I mean? Like, who do we blame it on? If we have a bad season, like, where do we go from there? You know what I mean? Like, and that's all I'm saying with that. Like, I don't want people to get their hopes up high, but but hey, have them though. I don't want you to tear it down either. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What did they do? With the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I think they had a decent draft. In my opinion, they got Bucky Irvin late in the fourth round. I thought he was speedster, fast. They got another edge from Washington. From Alabama. Tight end Devin Cope from Washington. I thought that I like that. I like him. I like Cope. I like that tight end pick that they picked up. I thought that he's athletic. He's pretty good. The center, they went and grabbed their knees. They didn't get real sexy in the draft, but Look, let's just say this: that I'll get him a solid C plus. All right, get him a C plus in the draft because they just didn't pick a lot of guys up, but they went and grabbed Graham Barton, the center from Duke. We knew that that was a position of need that they needed to address, right? We knew that they had to, and I like the last pick that they made in Devin Cope, the tight end, from Washington. Like I said, I liked them. I wish they probably would have grabbed. I wonder where Hampton went from Washington. Did he come back? I don't know. Somebody let me know what's up with that. Hampton, the linebacker from Washington. Where did he go? Or did he go? Or did he go back to school? Because I'm not sure yet. Right. Tennessee Titans. Let's talk about the Titans real quick. And then we got the Titans. They got the J.C. Latham. They addressed all their needs. They got Trevondre Sweat in the second round. Cedric Gray, the linebacker out of North Carolina. They got Brownlee Jr., the cornerback from Louisville. Jaquan Jackson from wide receiver from Tulane. Flyer. That's like he's a flyer, probably special teams type of guy for right now, probably. They got the Jalen Harrell, the other edge from Michigan. Got some things to work on, but I think he'll probably hit. And the safety James Williams from Miami, 6'4", 231. Listen, they sleeping on my guy. They sleeping on him, bro. Especially when you disrespect somebody over 50 grade, they get an A plus. They hit all their needs. They hit all their needs, and what their needs that they hit on, I think that those players will be productive in those areas. Safety, James Williams, they got him in the 7th round. That's disrespectful, bro. But at least I don't know. But at least he's on a board though. You know what I'm saying? At least he's on the board. You know, at least he's picked up. Now you can say, you know what I'm saying? They went to the draft. Yo, what Washington did in the draft, yo, and look, and that's the last team that we talking about. I really like it, right? Because look, not only did they get Jaden Daniels, they keep saying, oh, he light. Yeah, we gonna see. He about to put some work in. I think so. They trying to compare him to Lamar. I think he a little bit more accurate. What y'all think? Just drop it on me. Drop it on me. I think he a little bit accurate. But look, I like Jaden Daniels. Look, bro, they got Drazon Newton from Illinois. Hands down, bro. I don't care. I say. The popular guys always get that number one position. He is Drazon Newton from Illinois, the defensive tackle from the Big Ten. To me, hands down, was the best defensive lineman in the draft. That man is a straight up bulldog. Oh my goodness. Yo, listen to what I am. Listen to me. He is a beast. A beast. You go from Jaden Daniels, Drazon Newton, great pickup right there. Then you go to gab up Mike Sandstill, the cornerback, right? From Michigan. I believe he transferred over. Ain't that the dude that transferred over from like receiver or something? And then he started playing DB. Bro be all over the field. They say he got a knack for the ball. But let me tell you, like, let me tell you what the expert says. His frame and length will likely prevent him from developing into a starter on the outside, but the nickel prospect has one of the highest floors in this draft class. His balance, instincts, and quickness jump out of the testing, backs up what he knows on tape. His smooth turning and running and press. Samster is a playmaker who started 9 games at receiver before moving to corner in 2022. He tied for the second in FBS with 6 interceptions in 2023 and returned 2 of those touchdowns for pick 6. Listen to what I'm saying. He just really started playing DB, bro. Found out he's a better DB than he is receiver. And he got drafted at DB, a cornerback. Good nickel guy, they saying he is. Man, listen, that's what I'm saying. Like, how does that happen? How do you, like, Washington? Then they got Benson Nutt out of Kansas. Big 6'4", 250, big blocking, versatile fullback type of guy. Then they went and got Brandon Coleman, TCU, offensive guard, big bruiser type of guy. They trying to give him because he was in the third round, they gave him a 74. No, not Brandon Coleman. Go look that tape. Big 6'6", 320 guard. Like, look at him. Then Luke McCaffrey from BYU, from Rice. Like, Luke McCaffrey, yeah, that's Christian McCaffrey's little brother, but he's a receiver, 6'2", like almost 200 pounds, like 198. They got him ranked out. Listen, man, Washington had a hell of a draft, bro. Oh, that's where he went. Excuse me. Dominique Hampton went to where? Where'd he go? Washington. Listen, there you go. Listen, bro. Then they got Jordan McGee from Temple, bro. And he's like a hotel type of dude. Then they ended it with grabbing Javonte Batiste from Notre Dame. Sorry. They had a draft, bro. They got a good draft. Yes, they did. Washington, very good. Very good. Dan Quinn over there in Washington, they're about to be a problem. I think all they picks is going to hit. I'd be surprised if they don't, though, but we're going to keep an eye on that. So let's go through these Washington picks one more game. Jaden Daniels, Jazon Newton, Mike I can't pronounce his last name, from Michigan, a cornerback from Michigan. Ben Sinnott, from the tight end from Kansas State. Brandon Coleman, the offensive lineman from TCU. Luke McCaffrey, wide receiver from Rice. Jordan McGee, linebacker from Temple. Dominique Hampton, the safety that was at Washington. I just got finished talking about him. He definitely got drafted. And Javonte John Batiste from Notre Dame, the edge. Listen, what are we talking about? He's a little lighter. That's why I think he went late, because he light. But listen, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Remember that list, because I think all of them hit. I think all of them hit. All of them. I don't know though. I could be wrong. I said I think that's my opinion. But look, y'all, I appreciate y'all coming through and kicking it with me, man. Everybody that was still here, man. Just believe, man, that y'all hit me. I want y'all to stay blessed out there. He said, I'm answering a couple questions before I get on up out of here. Someone in tropical weather might not fit in the north. Scale players anyway. Some just suggest. But it is a factor. It is. Okay. I believe Omar's still working on getting BA to the bird. I would love that. I would love that. I would love that, to see that. Thank y'all for coming through, kicking it with me, man. In the morning, man, that was a long show, y'all. I went for 3 hours. Crazy. Great conversation with me and Kuban. Thank y'all for coming through. My dad came through in the chat, looking at me, you know what I'm saying, supporting. My brother came through in the chat. I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming through. Y'all have a blessed day. Good vibes y'all way, man. I know how I'm giving it up, man. I'm up out of here. Peace.
Want to see Truckin Chubbzy live and co-host Shannon? Tune in at Fans Point of View, Saturday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3:30 p.m. Pacific Time. But in the meantime, in between time, enjoy the content. Don't forget to hit your notification bell for all updates. Thank you for watching.